How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. I am a little bit under the weather, so I might have to take this one super easy for today's stream. I want to get as many duels as possible out of the way, though, because this is the shit, dude. This is my time for the weekend. I literally took a break from my PC just so I can kind of just relax, let the headaches abate, just so we can get right back to it and have some fun. But yeah, a little under the weather, boys. How's everybody doing? Hopefully all of you are having a good one. Hopefully all of you are prepared for the motherfucking 5v5 1v1 duels. Dude, my mustache, I swear to God. My right, so I think the webcam is flipped. This is my right side, it's mirrored. My right mustache, I guess looks like on the left, is proper. It plays nice. The left one is kind of just like it doesn't do anything. It fucking doesn't do anything. Hold on, if I could just kind of, with the power of my will, maybe a little better. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to another stream. What is this fucking song, dude? What is that crunchy fucking tune? Like the chorus of this tune maybe sound like this is something a real hacker man would be listening to, right? Like the old school fucking 80s and 90s movies of like a hacker man with fucking glasses. Accessing the mainframe, stealing all the bank account information, you know what I mean? Like, get some weird shit out there, dude. How's everybody doing, though? Hopefully all of you having a good one. Boys, it is time. That song, that sound, wah, 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 wah. That fucking sound makes you think of, like, old school hackerman shit, dude. I feel like there should be fucking matrix codes all over fucking shit. Like, full RGB colors flashing keyboards and shit. A couple fucking screens of, I don't fucking know. Command prompts just running, just random fucking IPs, just checking IPs or something, or downloading updates. Like, like the shit fake ones, you know what I mean? Like the shit like so fake, like movie Hollywood and shit type of deal. Alrighty, boys, it is time for some motherfucking 5v5 1v1 duels. We are starting them on EU for today. Today is Friday EU day. If you guys ever want to know with the schedules, whatnot, down description, we have all the schedules and all that stuff. Tomorrow stream is going to be the NA stream, but hopefully you guys still stick around and enjoy some of these. Fury wants to die in PvP. Yeah, what's up? How's it going, boys? We got some RM, Zane, Fury, Puma, Grant. How you doing? Beautiful. Frederico, Clayton. We got us Zane, El Capitano. We got us Tasty in the house. How you doing, my man? PNJ, Jennifer, Cadillac. How you boys all doing? Welcome, boys. We live in a Matrix. Dude, at this point, honestly, with some of the shit that goes on in the world, that's not a bad theory anymore. That is not a terrible theory anymore. Like, at this point, it's just like, have you seen some of the people that live in this fucking world, dude? It's like, are they real? Is this a joke? What is even going on? And the Abomination boys are here, not in full swing, but they're here for the memes either way, and I appreciate you, boys. Got Captura and Mark ready, dude. That's some fucking club shit, dude. That's some club shit right here. We're gonna try Captura first versus Tasty. Hopefully they're not part of the same team. Captura. I always fuck up your name, man. I call it Capture instead of Captura. Atherman got a group? We got a group already, boys. Let's go, man. Let's go, boys. That fucking Bud Light free, yeah? Sounds perfect. We'll see who we got in here. Do I trust the music for... Nah, we're gonna go to the regular playlist, man. We're gonna go to the regular Duels playlist. Some of the songs are pretty crunchy. Pretty fun. Pretty funky. But I like this fucking good feels music, man. What is this team? Switch. What is this team on Blue? Why are there so many agility classes in here? Boys! Can we get some diversity in Team Blue? What is this? I swear to God, I'm peeping out at you boys. I swear to God, there's another rogue. Y'all are out of here. We got ourselves Team Red with Antonox. I kept messing up your name. Antry with a Demon Hunter. We got ourselves Katarina. Or Kalinana. Fucking up your name completely. The Feral Druid. We got Pokon on what looks like maybe Funky Bog. I'm gonna guess maybe Subtlety. Tasty with that Elemental Shaman. We got ourselves Moritsu. Mori. We got ourselves Mori. Mori is what we'll call you. Just an easy way with the Fury Warrior. Where's the team Blue? We got ourselves Rogue, Dirkspine, Rogue, SOS, Rogue, Matt. We got ourselves Vanity as well in the back. And the guy we're looking for a fifth, but we'll see if they get one back or not. Looks like Dirkspine is going to be first up as an Outlaw Rogue. He wants to see if he can make that Outlaw thing work. Going to be a Mark Breath immediately onto Antrinox after getting himself a bit of a roll. Dirkspine going for that triple stab. Actually going for a Adrenaline Rush before catching a Re-Stealth. Interesting choice. Interesting, not a terrible one. Destry got chicken in the opener. Got Antrinox down to about half-ish health or so. Good opener for him. Went out strong with a kill sprint to follow. Yeah, beam coming out for Antrinox. Does get a stun Dirkspine. Forcing trick out of him. That's going to be stars, I believe. Either out of the Demon Hunter or out of the Rogue, but that's going to be quite a lot of damage if you don't care for it. I think it's actually going to be Dirkspine with the stars. He might be able to make stars rain on Antrinox. It's going to be a advantage for Dirkspine to get away from any kind of DOS he has going on. By the Demon Hunter is going to be denying any of that aerial damage from the DA. Dirkspine has himself massive stars, and in these duels you cannot cleanse stars. You don't have healers unless you have Antrinox maybe popping himself a specific defense. So he doesn't challenge it though. Gonna be stunned as he's dropping out darkness, and Dirkspine looking to peel away for a second. Antrinox does leave a dot on him with that Crucible Flame. Should have probably used that more defensive than anything. Needs to get himself another set of I-Beam. Get that meta. Is trying to deny Dirkspine the reset. Looks like the Rogue still caught a reset even though he had a glaive thrown at him. So he caught a re-stealth regardless. Short sap onto Antrinox. Actually, a full sap. He did sit out of the yards. Dirkspine re-rolling himself a decent buff. He might be able to go for more damage. For Rogues, I would say that the Sarge buff, while can be good, is very weird to play. At least for Outlaw. I find that maybe Assassination might have an easier time with it. I like myself the big slabs. The big slab tentacles from Raden. Or... everyone's favorite, the big old tentacles. Is that going to be even a strong? Is that even a strong stars? It looks like maybe one of the weaker stars is doing a bit of damage. Unless Blizzard decided to nerf corruptions by 50% all of a sudden, but looks like Dirkspine still surviving against Antrinox. He's maintaining his health above action. He does not want to close the gap with the Rogue just yet. Just wants to keep him in combat. Twisted Appendage coming down. It looks like he might be down for the count. Does get himself a small heal. Does get tricket to end him right after. Dirkspine played that game very carefully. I think he got double Twisted Appendage at the end there too. It looks like Kalinana is going to be up next. Trying to see if he can catch up to Dirkspine. Does walk next to him for a second. But Dirkspine does catch himself a reset. Is he even going to be a team 5th on Team Blue? Do they even need 5th person? Or is Dirkspine with his wombo combo full of corruptions going to be able to just cheese everybody down? I mean, he got some decent damage here and there. But you gotta give him a break, dude. You gotta admit, those tentacles in the end, that did quite a lot of damage. Gonna be advantage out of Dirkspine after he picks up the eye. get himself a really decent roll against Kalinala. He's going to open up with a Adrenaline Rush, just popping out to pop a Adrenaline Rush, does not get a cheap shot. That's going to be Thorns immediately. Trinket coming out for Kalinana. As soon as they see that between the eyes, Drunkbind is going to grapple hook up above. The Feral is going to chase right into Drunkbind, thinking maybe jump down. He's going to get a parry up and running. Going to be a cycle trying to come out of Kali. But he's going to pre-wall this. Expecting the stun. It is going to be a stun on Dirksbind. No more parry available for the Rogue afterwards. All Kali needs to do is get the bleeds up and running. And this should be quite ahead of Dirksbind. He's starting to get himself heals rolling a little bit early. Did maintain himself for quite a bit. Dropping quite a lot of damage onto Kali. Popping in second wall. Actually, still might be in a really bad situation. Could be a blind available. But Dirksbind to catch a reset. As long as Kali is low in health, Dirksbind will have an advantage. Do a set up edge proc and they do kill it immediately. No, they don't actually try to kill it. Dustin got Trinket to follow. And does go down. Stormbolt coming out of Mori right afterwards, trying to take advantage of Dirksbind. It's going to be gouged. Doesn't even Zerker rage out of it. Dirksbind actually pistol shots him. Maybe that's going to be a leap by Mori. I think he actually leaped. Stormbolt just to catch up to Dirksbind at the very beginning. So he's actually out of all mobility. And that's going to be a quick reset for the Rogue either way. The tentacle, did he try to swipe at the tentacle? I think he tried to hit him with a brutal slash. I don't think AoEs actually hit those tentacles. Like, even if you target them, I don't think they actually do. Or maybe didn't do enough damage. Going to be a stun to Mori for a second. Dirksbind is going to hit with this one, but he has to wait out until his diminishing turns are out. I think he might have maybe tried to go either for a short stun or had DRs into Mori early. Mori popping up a big defensive actually quite early on with Enrage Regeneration. Interesting choice. Does leap to grab himself the eye, hoping to see the Rogue. Could Zerker's rage out of the sap, is going to do it, denying the Rogue the cheap shot open. Dirksbind still can get quite a bit of damage either way. Fear onto Dirksbind, maybe a little bit early. Killing Spree to follow right after. Mori taking very minor damage out of the Killing Spree. Going to be more stars clashing down. What kind of corruption does Mori run? Because it looks like maybe he's also running stars as well. Stun lock onto Dirksbind. He does Trinket out of it. Could have set it as an Orc with Orc Racial. Going to be Cloak of Shadows. I guess maybe the stars are also available for Mori. One to deny the stacking for Mori in terms of stars. And Dirksbind just trying to get the comp points up and running. Mori trying to maintain his health as best as possible with his Bloodthirst. Dirksbind not looking all that good right now. Might actually peel away completely. He's going to grapple hook away. Mori, does he have the leap to follow up? It does not look like he does. Needs to catch up to Dirksbind right now. Could end them right here. Crimson Vaza coming out for Dirksbind. He's making a second one. Does catch a resell. Oh, it's going to be a Blade Storm for Mori right now. Does a thing for beyond attack, and I'm going to drop him to half health. Perfect opportunity for Dirksbind to make a play here. Mori going for the Void Elevations to get himself a quick charge. Gonna be zero. Oh, the Jester got Trinket with the appendage, all in the same one-more combo, and he had a Think from Beyond attacking him. The man put himself in a weird situation where it's actually legit was unwinnable. And now we get to find out who Pokon is. It looks like he's playing Assassination. Going to be immediate gouge by Dirksbind. Does not sit stuns long at all. He's going to get a stun into Pokon instead. Going for quite a bit of damage. Already got into half-inch health. We got Buns in here, becoming a legendary viewer here. Became a member. I'm not seeing it in the chat, but yo, can we get a hashtag Bunce in chat, boys? Showing appreciation for the wonderful membership. Bunce, thank you so much. I don't know why you didn't pop up the chat, but you're popping up here, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you big time. Dirksbind get hit with a big old bike as the kidney shot comes down, and no, down he goes. Dirksbind just got obliterated. He got ran over. Somebody call his car insurance company. Vanity Shade gonna have a Think for Beyond, tagging him for a second. Does have himself blur in order to reduce it. That's gonna be also Metamorphosis available. And that was the run ended for Dirksbind. It's gonna be a appendage actually attached to Vanity and continuing to cast Mind Flayer for a little bit longer. Might want to actually go and eliminate it. The damage from Mind Flayer is actually quite a bit. So trying to stay in combat with Pokon as best as possible. Pokon is just continuing to poke the Vanity Shade from a distance. That's going to be yet another Thing from Beyond, putting Vanity Shade in actually maybe in a little bit situation. Got himself I-Beam. Blade Dance might be able to catch up on health. 11% dampening. Pokon looking to maybe end the game. It looks like stars are raining from both of these two. Vanity Shade barely any health. Cheap shot to follow for Pokon right now. Might have the damage and does land the Envenom at the very end. The corruptions, man, are just eliminating these guys. ASUS unable to catch the sample to Pokon. Does get cheap shotted on his Pokon. Reverses the damage on him into a kidney shot. Might actually go to reset off of him completely. That's going to be kidney shot by ASUS. Almost fell off the bridge. Throwing a bike at Pokon with a Cloak of Shadows, and down goes Pokon. Looks like everybody's got that bike trick. Get the enemy low enough, toss a bike at them, and you're done. Taste is the last one left to fight against two rogues left on Team Blue. I don't know. Wait, Team Blue, what happened to your fifth, by the way? What happened to your fifth? You guys, also, let's get some variety in here, dude. If I see another team with like a bunch of rogues, I'm just gonna bail and maybe kill somebody else. How does that sound? I don't want to see more than 2 rogues in team, dude. I don't want to see more than 2 rogues per team for the day, boys. I'm already seeing some tomfoolery. I don't care if that's your main class. I don't want to see that much stealth gameplay, dude. I mean, I want to see the more classes, the more the merrier, dude. Different play styles. Yes, please. Rogues with fucking bike trinkets. That can get boring very, very quickly. Tasty though, got himself quite a bit of damage into SOS, even though he got the opener. Let's go to be lightning last a trinket for SOS. Put himself in a very bad situation. No click with shadows for this boy. No trinket available either. Does have advantage, no evasion, or evasion is not gonna do it against Tasty unless Tasty got him at like 1% and needs to auto attack him while he's silenced. SOS playing that a subtlety though instead of assassination, so he's gonna have himself one of the most difficult times here. He did burn the bike trinket onto Poke and just trying to end him in the opener, or after he got it opened up on. It's gonna be Garrote. Wait, I think it was subtlety. For some reason I thought it was subtlety. It's gonna be Kid the shot onto Tasty, got some dots rolling onto the Shaman, and it's like just a catch-up reset, letting the dots kind of tick down on Tasty. The dampening is at 23%. Tasty is gonna have to actually spend quite a bit of mana in order to recover himself on health, but he's, as you can see, not fully recovered. If SOS can just keep attacking him like that, dot by dot, that might be a good situation. That's gonna be big old Twisted Appendage, Lightning Lasso, and the Fire Elemental dropping down SOS. That's gonna be advantage out of the rogue immediately. As he was dropped to about half a shell, still has dots on him though. That's gonna be Tasty cashing in on a couple of those meatballs flying through the air. SOS from Rag is just not looking all that good. Still has dots on him. That's gonna be Skyfear Storm getting caught in a corner. That's gonna be Cloaker Shadows who tries to get a bike onto Tasty. Tasty trinkets out of it with a wall. That SOS doesn't have any health whatsoever. And a last Earthshock takes him out. Tasty trying to recover a little bit of health before Met, the last rogue on Team Blue, is starting to walk up and try to get some damage in maybe. Getting hit by Earthbind Totem, which should put Tasty in combat. I guess it doesn't. Does get a sap into a kidney shot. Tasty could go for a knockback as Matt puts himself in an uncomfortable position. That's going to be Destrugatsu coming out and Tasty, dropping him to about half his health. After that opener is going to get himself the Rock Boy up and running. Trying to land a Hex onto Matt. Lightning Lasso instead. Seeing if he might get a trick out of him with a Twisted Appendage. Procket for Tasty. So lucky. Killing that Twisted Appendage immediately. Short Stun right after is going to Cloak a Shadow so he doesn't get a Hex. Tasty trying to recover in health. I don't think there's a kick available from Matt anymore. Trying to stay in goes for the best possible. Hex to fall into Matt. Good trinket out of this. Is going to trinket out of this. Tasty needs to go for all offensive damage. Skyfear Totem coming down right now. Trying to go for as much damage as possible. Bike runs him over. And Matt takes the win at the very end. As Tasty tried to go for quite a bit of damage at the very end, dude. The Shaboy did not last long against those rogues, man. He did not last long. Man, if I only had like 5th rogue there. Got a group. Check the weekly. Flame Seer leggings. That's what you got free week. Okay. MML. You're telling me you got legs with haste mastery. At least they're not the best stats for Feral. I don't think haste is the best, but it could be good in PvE. With stars and a corrupted gladiator's leather boots. Also with stars. This man got a tier 5 stars, dude. Tier 3 plus tier 2, dude. I can do math. I want to see you try that. I want to see you play that. Tier 5 stars, dude. Bring it into these just for the fun of it, dude. Alright. Oh, we got ourselves A-bomb here as well. Can bit tech. I think I added you boys. I think I added all A-bombs. Alright, let me get another one going here, boys. And Tepa. Okay, we got ourselves Atha here. I'm going by like first come, first serve basis here. And I'll try queuing you guys against each other, alright? We'll go by first come, first serve. Then we'll just try to keep queuing you guys with first come, first serve. While creating some variety here. We're in a 150, 160. 150 and 8, 7, 8, 9, 9. 999. Oh, you boys. Expansion will feature trinkets, summon cards, crashing opponents, probably. But I have to say, got a group ready? Alright, we got ourselves Atha. Atha, man, and did Millen say the 1 out of 5 will play versus the other groups? Can you write me a B-Nut against the other guy adds ya? He's the leader of the second group. Let's get Millen in here first, man. Milan Guru JIC, right? Okay, let's get them going first. A-bomb. On the second A-bomb, Kinky Bob. I think I added you already before, didn't I? Yeah, I mean, I could try to add you. Wait, just add me. If you never added me before, you'll be at the very bottom of the list, and I'll be able to just accept you as is. How does that sound? Just do that. Just do that. We'll try to get Milan versus Atho. We'll get MML versus Tepo. And then we'll try to see if we can add A-bomb after. One more alley EU. Boys, get into Tasty's group, man. The Alliance needs ya. I don't know if it worked. Your work invitation has been declined. Milan, do you want to versus Atha? Because I'll take MML instead. Yeah, I'll take MML instead. Yes or no? I'll give it 30 seconds, my guy. I know there's some stream delay, but I want to get as many... Boys, I'm a little under the weather. I'm here to have fun. But my health comes first. So I'm trying to get as many duels out of the way, boys. I'm trying to have as much fun as possible. So, if I need to call it early, or whatever, I'm just trying to get as many duels as I can for the day. Because we only have 2 hours. I might need to bounce early, man. You can kill the other group and us later. Okay, let me get Athoman first then. Athoman and MML 5. Here we go. You think of what do you think of Bud Light virus? Nothing of it, dude. I'm not a channel that talks about stuff like that, dude. I'm here to play some World of Warcraft, man. Literally it. Literally it. I am been a little bit under the weather though, so I think I got like the flu or whatever. I've been trying to chill, dude. I've been trying to relax. Honestly, I will tell you right now though. I feel like stress and anxiety can kill you worse than an actual disease, whether it hits you or not. So I'm trying to keep as stress-free as possible. I know it's not what some people want to hear, but that's my advice, boys. Keep yourself stress-free. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your time. Do something fun. You know what I mean? You can't worry all the time. Alrighty, switch. We got ourselves Team Anto4. Actually, no, it's Team Athaman leading the charge here as a corrupted red paladin. We got ourselves Anto4 here as an unholy DK. We got ourselves Tegzi. I'm gonna guess maybe Fire Mage. We got ourselves Warthor as a Demonology Warlock based on that severed head. We got ourselves Arsonist coming out as an Outlaw. Where's Team Blue? We got ourselves Florstain. We got ourselves Jig. We got ourselves Emerald Blocks as a Pharaoh. We got ourselves Raker, I think is an unholy. And we got ourselves White Iverson. Oh, and he's got the... Oh, wait, not the backpack. Well, he does have a backpack, but he doesn't have the backpack. He got the buy to win backpack. You know what I mean? He doesn't have that the Rathian backpack. I've seen some people with the Rathian backpack right now. I should be getting mine in a couple of weeks or so. I have not been doing nearly as many horrific questions, but next week, boys, update. It's going to be horrific questions. You'll be able to get corruption gear, by the way. So you should probably save up all your vessels and do them as soon as the update happens. That will be the perfect time to grind. That's probably the time when I'll be able to start getting the backpacks and all the fun stuff, yeah? Anyway, Yodas Arzonus versus Iverson. They're looking for each other. It's going to be Outlaw versus what I want to say an Assassination Rogue. The Assassination generally wins these encounters, but we'll have to wait and see. It looks like both of these guys, or at least one of them is actually coming out of stealth for a second. In case the Rogue wants to come over, I guess they might just have to wait for the eye. What time do the eye spawn? Like minute 30 at the 2-minute mark? Because I think we're going to be here for a while. Yeah, we might be here for a while, dude. Perfect time to take a sip of your drinks, boys. And enjoy. I love Outlaw Rogue, dude. Outlaw is so much fun for me. That's my favorite, dude. That's my all-time. Which guy is the funnest for PvP? I like Outlaw, but there's a lot of aspects I like too. White Iverson landing that sap. Onto Arsonist opening up with a kidney shot immediately. Both of these guys, the bike coming down immediately. It's going to be him at half health. If only there was another bike, that would have been literally game over. White Iverson got all the dots up and running, go to the Arsonist, and it's going to leave him crippled, slowed, hurt. He needs to call his doctors, his lawyers or something after getting run over like that, dude. There's going to be a Blade Flurry up for Arsonist. It's going to be a short, cheap shot by White Iverson, though. It's going to be the art on it. Trying to get some damage back onto White Iverson. Going through a vanish. I think it went to what looked like maybe killing spree. And looks like Arsonist is just going to pay the price. I don't think this man came in with a plan. No parry available. Doesn't trigger anything. Blind. Not out onto Iverson. I don't think he's even got a full stun. That was a bit of a rough opener for our boy Arsonist. He just got taken on for a ride. It's going to be Athaman picked up the eye a little bit early. Does get the opener onto White Iverson. Still getting hit with a kidney shot. Cheap shot into a kidney shot. Full opener by the Rogue. Athaman is at least a little bit prepared though. And White Iverson might actually go through a lot of codes. Blind onto Athaman. That procs out his adaptation. White Athaman trying to stay on top of White Iverson. If only he wheat and just went towards the room. He actually might have been right on top of him. Shield of Vengeance almost clipping White Iverson. Picking up the eyes, should be able to see the rogue. Forcing the rogue to come out of stealth. Getting the opener. Twisted appendage happening onto Atham. And needs to eliminate the thing immediately. And Iverson looking to just dot and rot playstyle with everybody. Twisted appendage is proccing for him. Nazath has blessed White Iverson here with all the gifts. Letting the DAS do a lot of work. Trying to see if he can catch himself a resell through a smoke bomb. Hodge coming down by Athaman. Might be a trinket. No, White Iverson doesn't have a trinket. Oh! My goodness, the delirium. I guess this man was taken up by delirium. What even trinket? I don't even remember. But Athaman just had him in a good position. Smoke bomb had nothing left, I believe. Maybe a cloak of shadows or something. Probably should have pre-cloaked just in case. You never really know. But Athaman got a big old home run with that, man. Jig is up next. Is the Jig up, though? That is the question. Is Athaman going to maintain the ruse? Jig flying up in the air, trying to see if he can pelt Athaman. This is going to go for that invisibility. That's... Wait, what? How did Jig continue doing some damage? I think he'd send a couple of those lances flying, and I guess they just had a little bit longer travel time than I was expecting. Hodger to Jig, throwing down a trinket off of that. Still taking quite a bit of damage, forcing out that blur, and Athaman got him some shield of Vengeance. That's going to be Jig with quite a lot of defenses, actually backing away from the big bubble from the Paladin. He doesn't want to deal with that thing whatsoever. His blur is down for the count, and he needs to maintain the damage on the Metamorphosis because that's his healing mana going down. Does himself IBM to follow. He's going to get interrupted. Jig, super low in health. Could go down any moment. Needs to get himself a little bit healing. Darkness coming down. Is that going to be enough, though? Athaman might actually have to bubble here. He's super low himself. Almost got executed. He did get himself a little bit of a heal. That's going to be... Oh my goodness, how did Jig die just there? I thought he was actually doing just fine. It looked like he got a stun, maybe some kind of proc from Athaman as the stun went out. That's got to be Florstein next, playing that Survival Hunter, trying to get some value damage onto Athaman. Took quite a bit of damage in the opener. Shortest stun in my life. Athaman does not have adaptation for a little bit, not like he needed one for that stun. Florstein trying to get some damage going, trying to see if he can kite around Athaman, going for them big eagle strategy, dude. That's going to be Athaman just flying, running away with those eagles, just trying to stay away from the Survival Hunter as best as possible. Traps are coming down for survival to set up for a long duel. We are going to be hitting the 5-minute mark very, very soon. Does get a net onto Athaman, will allow Florestan to set up all the dots, get a harpoon in there. Athaman could go for a full-blown Hodge if he wants to. If he has a setup, Florestan does have a trinket. Athaman might have to go and force a lot of those cooldowns out. It's going to run into Freezing Trap, but he's doing pretty good on health right now. He has full health available for the time being. Trying to get himself a bit of a setup here. Florestan trying to maintain his distance as best as possible. Hodge out of Atha does go for a trinket as soon as he sees the wings come out. As soon as he sees the animation, trinket, turtle shell immediately. Did not even want to take any damage. Going to be yet another Freezing Trap onto Atha. He does have adaptation back up though, so for now, Florestan just needs to kite Athaman around just a little bit. He needs to wait until he can get adaptation out of Athaman, and then might be able to get quite a good value onto him after. Flashlights are coming out for Atha. He sees maintaining his health as best as possible. Going to be a stun by the pet. No adaptation from the pet, actually. Athaman. Is he playing Relentless? He might... No, he's not, because he's adaptation. He had a chicken proc a couple times. Although, I feel like adaptation should proc off of that pet. That's gotta be a pet stun. That's gotta be a trap. Missing. Florestan actually getting next to Athaman. That's actually pretty close right now. I'm not sure if you want to do that because next Hodge could be your end, especially as you're at super low health. Athaman trying to see if he can disrupt that Manning bandage. Freezing Trap is gonna stop him. No, Florestan actually used that ability. Not expecting for his trap to actually hold Athaman back for a second. Hodge coming down. Does he have any damage left here? Does he have anything to survive right now? Barely anything left. Does go for a feign death for a second. Athaman does hit the pet instead of the hunter for a moment, but I think he's down for the count. One more judgment is all he needs, and that's going to be it. Athaman taking yet another one off Team Blue. Ow, that's going to be 3-man down. The next up is going to be Wrecker, looking to wreck Athaman's face. That's going to be Twisted Edge proc for him. Athaman took it out immediately. This is going to be an Unholy Death Knight. Actually, the Unholy Death Knight goes to set up the army way above, trying to see if he can grip Athaman down. The army is going to have a little bit of weird time going around all over the stairs just to catch up to Atha, and he is super far away, taking very minimal damage from them. All the pets are taking a little bit of time for Wrecker. He's not able to get the value damage. Look at his pets. They are walking, and they're starting to fall apart little by little. That's going to be Abomination. Does hit Athaman with a bike. He has the Shield of Vengeance. Didn't even need Shield of Vengeance before the bike hit. Has adaptation for the next stun, and still continuing to just pummel damage into Wrecker as his health is just plummeting down so fast. Does get a Lichborn up and running. Might want to go for massive transfusion. Deathpack might be able to run him out of here. Does get Deathpack rolling. Where's that transfusion? You need to transfuse right now. Bob coming out for Athaman. Wrecker is able to interrupt Atha on a couple casts, but Wrecker's still in a bad situation. Needs to heal, and Athaman is taking advantage of the Bob, making it the immunity. And down goes Wrecker. Didn't wreck him at all. But he'll live up to the name. Give him another class, give him another map. I mean, if only Atho took the full damage of the army, that would be a different story. Prox coming out onto Atho, headstrong, got himself Jester, got Trinket, Thorns right after. Athoman just going for the slow onto Prox, just going for a reset. It took a lot of health pounding in the opener here, and you're just gonna have to wait a little bit. Stun onto Atho, he does get himself wings up and running. That's gonna be Prox just trying to keep him at bay as best as possible. Athoman cannot stop Prox's openers, but Prox can stop Athoman's damage unless there's a Hodge combo with it. This is why Athoman should go for a Hodge every time he goes for wings. He needs to get a Hodge on people, or needs to be right next to him as he popping wings. He needs to get a Hodge to force trinkets, force cooldowns out, and Prox just power shift himself out of the slows. Atho got quite a formidable amount of damage though. He barely tagged Prox, but the damage he had was actually quite substantial. He's just gonna go for eyes, just trying to stay ahead of the curve here, actually making sure to pick up the eyes. Prox has to go for a re-opener onto Atho, keeping away from him, or go for a massive heal. He goes for the first move here. That's going to be adaptation. It's a trinket out of Prox as Atho reverses a stun onto Prox. It's going to be a bite coming out. Athoman Shield Avengers does proc at the very end. I think Prox did get tagged by it. Wings are up for Athoman right now. This Prox got himself wall as well as Thorns. Atho needs to delay the amount of damage he's doing to Prox. Is going to go for a bubble here. Might be able to continue the damage after this. Does he get away from Prox? Does he stay on him? Bubble not going to last long. Needs to make the impactful damage happen right now. Actually looking to end him. Does he get chicken short around to Prox? He might be down for the count. Oh, both of them are super low. Prox actually bailing out of here. Decided he cannot finish Athoman right now. And Athoman does go for flashlight. He had him so low, but I guess he ran out of energy, out of abilities to continue. The dashing out chicken just had him in such a good position, but wasn't enough somehow. I guess Atho just been pumping up his own versatility, dude. He's been going into... Oh, he went for Gladiator's Breach to pick up the eye. Right as he picked it up, but Prox does get the big opener onto Atho. Atho does get a Hodge on Prox. Does he have enough damage here? Can he wait for Thorns? Is he going to wait for Thorns? He's going to try to minimize the globals he's using. Might be enough here. Trying to go for Gladiator's Breach. It's still going to be big damage on Prox. And oh my goodness. That bash ended Atho. If only that bash would have adapted something. Oh, if only that bash would have been adapted. That's going to be Antifor in there, just in the room with the Tiger, just trying to get him out of stealth. I think it's going to be lights out for Prox. Immediately getting gripped on, down he goes. Athoman with amazing performance. The only man to take him down is a big old jungle cat named Prox. Oh my goodness, man, that was such a clutch back and forth, and that's what I love seeing, man. That's what I love seeing ultimately, the clutches back and forth, and I cannot believe the Prox almost got Atho. It was so close, yet so far. Alright, let's get another one going. Abomination, did you add me? I sent it to different me before. You didn't add me before we are full 5. Okay. And what name I'm looking for again? Kinky Bob. Okay, well I got Kinky Bob in here. Are you guys ready? What? Huh. Weird. Burusu Milan? Who? For 40% versa with buff sub, 65 versa with everything up? That's insane. Hello Papa with Tasty, go go go. Tasty versus Teppo. We could get Tasty versus Teppo. Kinky Bob, hit me up, man. Milan is the leader of this group since people couldn't wait. Are you referring to yourself in third person? Or am I just confused? Kinky, send me a message so I can add you, man, or can have you duel. Just so I can have you on the screen. It's a lot easier for me to like... Not Kinky? Wait, so you're telling me Kinky is not lead? Then why the fuck did I add Kinky Bob? You guys are confusing. Boys, Abomination crew, you guys are fucking beautiful. I like having you guys here, but I'm thoroughly confused right now. We're gonna queue Mark and Teppo for now, because I just want to get duels going, dude. I'm literally sick, so I'm here to have fun. If something's confusing, I'm just gonna take the easy way out. I'm sorry. I apologize ahead of time, dude. I'm sorry, dude. I apologize too much. No, fuck you. No apology. Taking it back. Let you guys know the rules for the game. Catch me on the day when I'm not feeling sick. Switch. Okay, how many rogues on Team Red? 2 rogues. Okay, you guys can say that rule of no more than 2 rogues still applies for today. We got ourselves a mega on team red. Oh my god, the alliance in the red and the horde of blue, right? Oh, no, all of our alliance. Okay, we got ourselves a mega. We got ourselves Bokun switching out the manga. I do like this one. I'm not huge for the mask because it looks like a frowny face. Did I just ruin the mask for everybody? Like, look at that bottom thing. It looks like a frowny face. It looks like, We got ourselves too fast, right? Didn't even see him. Don't even know his name. It was too quick, man. Tasty. We got ourselves Mori versus Team Blue. We got ourselves Cold Shade as a Fire Mage Druid, as a Balanced Druid, Void Form as a, Void Form. We also got ourselves Warboard as a Destro by the looks of it. And we got ourselves Wombo Combo. I'm swapping to different people. And it looks like Team Blue still trying to figure out who's going first. What about Team Red? They're sending out the boy. They're sending out the man, the molten giant amongst gnomes. Tasty himself. Now, Tasty, what corpse is he running again? He's running Mind Flay Tentacles. Those are really good. Those are exceptionally good. This is you, right? This is you, boys. Yep. When I say switch before recording, so I can sync like I do. Say switch. So I can have I could be like clap. It could be pizza. It could be anything. I just like switch. I thought it was just perfect because it has a switch. And I thought it was quick. I guess I was starting to do that before. It used to be a jump land start, but I can't jump here, so yeah. I don't know, it just makes sense in my head. I just need something to sync the audio and the video. We got us this Warboard popping out with a big open road to taste. That's gonna be tasty. Popping out the elementals as well. It's gonna be Infernal versus Primal Elemental. I would love to see those pets collide together, dude. That's gonna be Caswell trying to come out for Warboard after getting a Tasty Fear onto Tasty. That's gonna be, Tasty popping in with all the CC, suppressing Andy Caswell's out of Warboard, even knocking him, yeeting him out of the park. Warboard so far haven't even burn a Warlock Hellstone. The Infernal is going to be dissipating right here. And so far, his opener has been completely denied. Tasty didn't even need to get himself big damage. He can go for Lightning Lassos all day long, dude. He got damage for days. If he needs a Grounding Totem coming out, does ground that fear, and it's gonna be a Lightning Lasso onto Warport. He has that ability to just CC Warport. Warport might just want to swap pets in order to get the interrupts on the Lasso. Big Earthshocks to fall for Tasty. Does get the Death Coil onto the Shaman. It's gonna be Tasty interrupting that fear. Casbo's trying to come out. Cannot do anything. No instant Casbo's for this guy, but Tasty got them instant cast Lightning Bolts. Big Casbolt and Tasty finally connect, but that's the only one that Tasty ate. And you know what? He said, Tasty, zap, out of here. And it's gonna be, oh my god, swapping the wrong person. Druid up next, the balanced Druid that lived. I have no idea how this man does a lot of damage. I actually want to pick up Boomkin and PvP as Boomy now because of Druid. That's gonna be Trinket for Druid to get himself out of Lightning Lasso, Barkskin to follow. He might have a hard time. He would say, dude, those Star Surges, what do you do with your Star Surges? Like, what'd you get your Star Surges? They hit harder than any Boomkin I've ever seen. Druid, what are you doing? How do you do this, man? Is this like just a new Boomy meta right now? Does he have like the best in slot gear? Does he have like some crazy amount of versatility or master or something? I don't understand. Tasty taking quite a bit of damage from Druid here, even though he feels like he should be in control. Druid going for that regrow. Tasty is going to go for a reset himself as well at the 2-minute mark. Almost a 3-minute mark. Tasty is actually taking this game a little bit easier than with Warport. First of all, they're fighting at a different area altogether. They're fighting at this this like gate looking thing. That's gonna, it has a little bit extra range to it. That's gonna be Tasty actually gonna hit into a root. So Druid just trying to root Tasty and all his pets. So Tasty does get those big slaps and zaps, and that's gonna be Druid recovering lots of health. I guess he went for Warlock health, so maybe bear form healing out for his class, as well as all the extra bonuses. Thorns coming out, but Thorns doesn't stop the Lightning Lasso. Tasty trying to go for a bit of damage. Druid just recovering quite a bit of health every time he goes into bear form. He used to go offensive eventually. That was the Tasty's go, but maybe Druid has a big old Incarn with a stun ready soon. Actually catches the result for a second. Think from Beyond chasing after him. Could put him in a bad spot. Does go for root on a Think from Beyond. Maybe Druid plays a big corruption build, and that's how he makes it happen. Because he does have Think from Beyond's attacking him, which could be to his detriment here. Tasty is just going to continue pounding damage into this guy. Does get himself the Fire Alley. Looking to nab a Lasso onto this chicken slash kitty cat. Is going to get the Lasso Primal Elemental with a big old Meteor. That's going to be Druid getting those Infinite Stars procs onto Tasty. Earthshock to follow. Survives that Earthshock quite handily. Getting those Star Surges and Tasty knocking him back. Going for a self-heal zone. Trying to see if he can get an interrupt. Druid does get hit with a root into a silence. Druid can go for a lot of damage or healing. Is continuing to go for more regrows. Super low in health. Tasty could end him out right here. Big old bolts and meatballs flying out. Down it goes Druid. just fell too low in health before he had himself a full run. Stun coming out into wombo combo before he can read the big wombo combos onto Tasty, and that's going to be a hex to keep him at bay with a slow. Tasty against a Windwalker in particular needs to find himself as best recovery as possible. So this is going to be actually a really tough duel. If Wombo Combo plays it properly and perfectly, this could be rough. Short lightning last into Wombo Combo, does get the incap to get some CC, stun to fall into Tasty, could be a knockback by the Shaman, does get the knockback after repositioning, and that's going to be Wombo catching back up to Tasty. No trinket for our Shaman boy right now. Skyfury return to follow after that big Earthshock, dropping combo to quite low health, does eliminate the totem immediately. Try to stay on the Shaman as best as possible, but the Ghost Wolf keeping him afloat, keeping him at bay, does land the interrupt actually onto Tasty, could put him in a bad situation. That's going to be diffuse magic to follow. Tasty cannot even reverse the damage here. Earthbind totem down to Wombo Combo, does hit him with light lasso trinket coming out for Wombo immediately, and that's going to be Hex. Try to come out for Tasty, does land the Hex, no trinket available for Wombo Combo. I don't know if you human racial out of that. I think actually normal trinket out of it. You probably should have used human racial just to maintain that one for like a, you know, the other trinket for a minute 30, because he's going to have a normal human racial in a minute 30 after using his normal trinket. So when his trinket hits 30 second mark, that means his racial is back up more or less. It doesn't show up on the UI here, but that's something if you guys want to track at home. That's going to be big zaps on a Wombo Combo. Actually put himself in such a bad position. Should be standing next to the Mindflay Tentacle to get the karma damage rolling, as Stacey is starting to take a little bit of damage from their Hex to follow onto Wombo. Why he's got his damage rolling, failure to cast and FUD off his face. No Lightning Lasso for now though. Wall available. Oh, Lightning Lasso apparently available. Wall available for Wombo. Does get Earthshock. Hasn't got a touch of death on Tasty at all. He's in a bad position. Might just want to recover back. What the what? Now I don't even know how he died just now. He got knocked back. Tasty didn't have any globals to follow. He was stunned. That was interesting. Cold Shade is up next, trying to throw some shade at Tasty right now, mounting up. He could have himself the big old win here. Tasty does have the ability to keep purging all the buffs from Cold Shade. That's going to be great. A Power Blast. Does he go for the big blink to try to get a run? Does land it up. Oh my god, he got the blink up. Tasty trying to recover in health. Lightning Lasso Cold Shade while he has a Void Operational up and running. Tasty needs to recover in health. That great Power Blast almost ended his whole career just now. Still on the run from the Fire Mage. Cold Shade just needs to land a Breath of Fire into Tasty and a bit of burst with a big old meteor. This is a go for combustion. No cast at all, so in case you can't stop him, it is Pyroblast, Fireblast, Pyroblast, Fireblast, Pyroblast, Fireblast until the end of eternity. Try to get a big old blink. It's just some damage onto Tasty. Did not get it. Does Cold Shade play Shimmer? He does play Shimmer. I was thinking maybe because he's not blinking right now, he's saving all his blinks. I was thinking maybe he's playing normal blink, but no, there's no way he could have gotten the greater pyro off that way. Got himself invis, tried to walk up to Tasty. Earthbind Totem is up. Tasty better be on the run. He's trying to stay as mobile as possible. Got to slow into Cold Shade. He knows that he tagged him. He doesn't know where he's at though. Dropping down the stun totem on the other side. Cold Shade should be coming out here any moment right now. Does get the breath into Tasty. He's gonna go for big damage right now. Huge Fire Blast, Fire Blast going out onto Tasty. Lightning Lasso to stop the damage for a second. Does not Ice Block it or anything. Blink, interrupted Tasty on his cast. I think Tasty's, oh my goodness. Cold Shade just did him cold and dirty just now. Oh my god, he had such a good run. The boy, the man, the legend had himself a really good opportunity there to get a setup. Cold Shade actually he had so many abilities in his pocket. He could have went for a breath into a Ring of Frost or Tasty into a Greater Pyro to make sure he has a committed 100% guarantee. But we'll see how he works up against Omega here. He's trying to blink away, trying to keep the Feral in combat. The Feral is going to maintain on top of Cold Shade the whole time. That's going to be Temporal. Thorns are up for Omega. Cold Shade could steal those Thorns and actually reverse the damage back to the Feral. Should be doing that right now immediately as soon as you steal the Thorns. The Feral, that's a massive misplay. Also, Cold Shade should definitely not be auto-attacking the guy for any reason. I don't know why. In case, just, you never know, maybe you have like a dagger that's intellect, you just go for a stab, or what is that stab? You can still hit him with a pointy end. Still can do quite a lot. Omega still has a trinket, and he's holding on to the trinket until things go bad. There's going to be Ring of Frost. That's going to be probably a trinket out of Omega right now. He's going to go for the interrupt. Trinket's out. No interrupt though. Cold Shade still can throw out fire spells. Ice Block still available. Should probably be using it. Safeguard trinket came out. Ice Block available. Nope. Saving the Ice Block for the Cauterize. But now, is he going to get offensive with Omega here while the Feral is low? Got himself a Temporal up and running in case Omega gets offensive, maybe? So that's going to be Temporal burned. Needs to catch up to Omega immediately. It's going to be still knocking him out of stealth with a Nova. Very well done. He can still recover. Omega is trying to catch up on as much health as possible as the duels are ticking into the 10-minute mark, boys. Getting that leap, big old stun. That's going to be a Bleeds. He just needs the Bleeds on Cold Shade, and Cold Shade is 100% guaranteed to go down. Cold Shade needs to find himself a Ring of Frost or something. It's going to be Omega almost catching a restart unless those hots were stolen. I think Cold Shade did steal those hots. It's going for a bit of damage. It's going to be a twisted appendage. Knows the appendage there. He needs to not come out and let us out of appendage. Omega just getting those moon fires and everything. Cold Shade trying to go for big combustion. I think it's going to be Bash. It's going to be down for the count. Big old Pharaoh bite. Cold Shade needed to catch himself the Ring of Frost a little bit early. Get himself greater Pyroblast setup. Void Form is up last as the team blue. Boom. Colinas Pardas? What is that server? What is that server if you were like in English though? Colinas Pardas. They're actually doing quite a bit of damage to Omega, dropping him down to the execute phase. Shadow Ward Dessa coming out, and Void Form took him out at 32% dampening. Void Form tried to make a play. He actually did it. Finish off Omega as he didn't have anything left. Listen up next. It's going to be Pokken up next versus Void Form landing a sap. I think it still bleeds on Void Form. There is. So Pokken, I mean, he has himself like, it's a Shadow Priest. The only thing he can really do against a Shadow Priest is bike trinket and throw all the trinkets while disperses up. So for Void Form, know when to disperse is going to be utmost important. This is going to be a big opener by Pokken. Is he going to trinket any of this? Void Form getting the dots up and running, but it's not going to be enough here for him for a little bit here. He's still taking a lot of damage. Has himself the Vampiric Embrace though. Siphon and Mindbender up right now. Does go for a Greater Fate. Pokken does Cloak of Shadows all this damage. That's going to be some freebie heals for Void Form for now. Is he using the Void Operation to try to see if he can make some distance between him and the Rogue? I think it's going to be full Vendetta right now. It is. Pokken actually running away while Vendetta is up. Void Form recovering on a bit of health. Pokken has dots on him for now. Hopefully Void Form got at least a paint up or something onto the Rogue before he's trying to go for a reset. Mounted up. Might be able to go for a full setup. Going to be a sap into a cheap shot by Pokken. Void Elf. Rachel no longer available. Has himself dispersed still. Did not disperse the bike trinket whatsoever. It could be dispersed right here as soon as he's available to. It's going to be a stun to Pokken. Doesn't have anything for it. Void Form might... Oh, I was going to say, he might just get procced on. He might just get procced on. Void Form, tell me right now in chat. Tasty went for only 2? At 4.7 million, you guys really gave him a run for his money. Only 2 kills for 4.7 million damage. There should be at least 4 people down, man. Come on. Million damage. 4.7 million. We don't even have a million health bars unless maybe like a Warlock or a Death Knight. Maybe. But let me tell you, Void Form, tell me right now, you got hit by like a Lethal Strike, didn't you? You got hit by an Azeroth, didn't you? Just an Azeroth proc off of dots. I'm telling you, dude, that shit hurts so much. It does so much damage. It's not even funny. And it's just dots. That's what I was saying. Like, maybe you should disperse. Like, I'm at 20%. He got some dots. Nothing can kill me. Bam! Random proc. What? I was okay! No, you're not. Dude, 20% health is the new 0% health. You know what I mean? Grizzly Hills? Is that what it is? Ooh, I fucking love me some Grizzly Hills, dude. I love Grizzly Hills. I love refrigerators. We got ourselves another Lucio. What's up, my boy? 3 out of 5 ready. Perfect. We got Bash in here with 5 out of 5. A-Bomb team ready versus anyone. We are not queuing. King Bob is in my group. Okay, cool. So A-Bomb just wants to queue against whoever, right? Okay, cool. Lucio, we're gonna keep Lucio here because he's still looking for people. Bash is ready though, so we can get Abominations and Bash for now, yeah? Back. And Milan, because they've been waiting for a while. We're trying to get A-Bomb versus A-Bomb queuing, and I guess it stopped. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's go. We got Captura ready, Athaman is ready too, MML is ready as well. Nerf Lucio, as soon as he gets people, we'll try to get him pitched in somewhere in here. I'm using rank 2 Tant as a corruption. It's not much. That's not much like with corruption. True, true. It's not that big. I mean, I guess it depends who you ask, right? If you ask just like your average Joe watching, or somebody your average Joe that's really into PvP, like there's some people that are just adamantly any corruption means you're cheating, basically, right? If you have a corruption, you basically pay to win. This game is cheats. It's not skill. You literally win through the corruption. You can even run like tier 1 of like random. If you have like any tentacles or if of the stars. Any one of those people are like, oh, it's cheating! Even if you have like rank 2 or rank 3 or whatever. And I understand like why. It's like it's not your class ability. And sometimes they do a ridiculous amount of damage. Don't get me wrong. When they proc a shitload, Well, what are you gonna do? But yeah. I mean, what I'm saying is, I feel like saying, "Oh, I just have a rank 2," or "I just have a rank 1." Good luck. I don't think that's gonna stand in the court of public appeals, man. Sometimes, some people, 1 is done. Switch. That's all I'm saying. We got ourselves Team Abomination with Abomination. Destro Warlock A-Bomb versus Team Baczynski. We got ourselves Texi. He hasn't got to play at all. I think it's still Fire Mage. We got ourselves Ganker as Alliance. Is that you? Wasn't Ganker Horde before? That's a nice. I was about to say nice wolf, dude. My brain is cooked. We got ourselves. I don't even know how to say a name. I actually don't know how to say a name. How? I don't know. We're gonna call him How. And we got Pa. I think it's Ra, because that's a Russian R. But we call him Pa. Pa and How. Well, actually, how would you say this? Russians, how would you say this in English? I don't even know, dude. We got ourselves Texi. Oh, that's the name I can say. Let's try to go up versus Abomination, getting interrupted on that polymer. That's gonna be big old Infernal. Abomination is trying to make those cannibals last here. Texi already going for the big old meteor play. That's gonna be big combustion, but he's getting cucked a little bit with that combustion with those greater power blasts. And cannibals are coming out back to back. Does some temporal. Texi is hoping he survives. Big temporal heal coming out to get him back up and running. Abomination took a little bit of the damage. Took a little bit of sizzling from that combustion. It looks like Texi is trying to get all of Abomination's pets caught. Is actually going to be able to get himself a decent setup if he goes for the pet that is able to interrupt is actually gone. He could have went for a full greater pyro. I guess Abomination could have set it up with a fear instead. But if you get him kicked on fire or something and just blink around him and get a full greater pyro, that could be good. That's going to be a Mally onto A-Bomb as he does have himself Dark Zone stability. Texi could be trying to go for a big setup right now. Maybe a big old breath, big old setup. Big old damage. Otherwise, that Maledict did just a little bit of dot damage and it was thrown away. Texi getting hit into a horror, into a fear, and Abomination is kind of lowish on health. Texi recovered quite a bit though. So what is this Fire Mage gonna do? That Mally, I mean, I was thinking he was gonna go in for a big blink, big play, but he just gotta throw it. And I know Mally does like some dot damage, and I guess it prevents him from healing. But I feel like it was kind of thrown away. Gotta be Meteor down. He's gonna just hit the pet. The big old Dark Lair boy. While coming out for Abomination, it's gonna be quite a big defensive right now. Texi still running circles around him, and it's gonna try to see if he can get away from those Chaos Bolts. I think Abomination is playing those stars though, so Texi, he might be limited in time here, but Abomination, as long as he maintains those dots in you, he'll not only summon Infernals, he'll also summon the stars. Make wishes all day. Abomination get it locked out on Chaos Ball. Perfect opportunity for Texi to go for some big damage. Just gotta go for a Fireball instead. Trying to stay close to the line of sight with a pillar as best as possible. Try to come out, punish Abomination, throw a couple Pyro Blasts, and let the Master kind of melt him little by little. Not really a play we see for Fire Mages at all, but he's trying to go for a very safe play. I guess a Destro Warlock. Gonna be a Warlock Hustler coming out for A-Bomb with a Death Coil into a Fear onto Texi, getting himself the Immolate and everything up and running. Trying to get a for Chaos Bolt. Actually stop the Chaos Bolt in case he gets interrupted, I think. Is that what he's trying to do? He did actually miss the Meteor completely and went right behind Abo. I think Texi is maybe a little bit too high strung for this duel. Does Texi have any more damage here to follow though? They still continue just to get little Pyroblast, little Fire Blast here and there. As Abomination is getting stars from time to time and Infernals here and there. But it looks like both of them are just playing very, very safely. Normally we just see Warlocks walk all over Mages, just literally use them as a rug and step on them. But Texi, so far, has been just trying to avoid all this Warlock business. He's between the Rock and the Infernal right now. Breath on both of the pets, and that's going to be Maledict onto Abomination. Maybe now he goes for the big setup. It's going to be Death Coil dealing with a little bit of that heal prevention from a Mally. Both Texi and Abomination super low on health. I believe Texi still does hold on to their Cauterize. I believe they still have that cheat death ability. And it looks like Abomination still took that Meteor either way. I'm surprised, actually. Yeah, Texi just tried to whittle him down over time. He's just not even trying to go for big damage. Does get the freeze on the pet. And doesn't really do anything with it. It's like he must have a plan, right? I always keep expecting like he's going to do something cool. He does like half the plan. And then it's like, I don't know what he does after. Gonna be a stun by A-Bomb. Does land the Immolate on him. As long as he can get some kind of dots on Texi, he'll be in a good spot. Texi barely landed aside that Chaos Bolt. Barely landed aside of that thing. He got the Novo on the pet. Is it trying to go for a reset? Is it trying to... Like, He keeps doing stuff, but he kind of sits behind the pillar. Maybe that's just his strategy to say, you know what, I'm gonna try really just scumming it. I'm gonna just try like LOS scumming this as best as possible. Gonna be a death call. Does give A-bomb a little bit extra healing. That's gonna be twisted appendage. It's a remote thing! Taxi, get the twisted appendage on the Warlock right now. You can win this game right here. Does get interrupted on fire as it tries to blink away. That, oh, now it turns around to him with the last second. A-bomb trying to get himself a little bit extra health cells, but Taxi is not letting him go. He's just literally letting Mastery burn Abomination down in the slowest, most agonizing way. Finally, twisted appendage collapses onto Abomination. He does try to kill it, and Taxi goes in for full combustion. Want to make sure there was no chance, zero opportunity for Abomination to come out. That's gonna be a big old bike and send out him by another Abomination. Gonna be, I think, Abomination that is an Outlaw Rogue. Oh yeah, it's an Outlaw Rogue. Oh, and Taxi goes down as a tendril just attached to him, but he took so much damage in the opener. Big bike at the very beginning. They're just in a bad spot to begin with. But Chinsky's up next. Actually, somehow sees Abomination for a second. Did he pick up eyes? It's going to hit him right back with the back. No, didn't have to pick up eyes. It's going to be a big old... Oh, Abomination got himself the big old tentacle slaps. It's going to be Plunder Armor onto the Assassination Rogue, trying to make the most damage here while Plunder Armor's up and running. But Chinsky did pop himself a heal. But Abomination is getting quite a bit amount of damage in there. Evasion for a parry. Both of these guys got their defenses up and running. But Chinsky can still generate combo points and still can maintain the dots and poisons onto Abomination. Going to be tricking out of the Rogue. Baczynski could go for a blind any moment. Goes for a Deathstroke Chicken. And that's going to be stunning to Baczynski right after. Does the A-Bomb have a Deathstroke Chicken of his own blind onto the undead Rogue? And Baczynski looking to end this duel right after that blind. Does he have enough damage to fall after that blind? If Abomination has a good setup here with a big Deathstroke Trinket, he really could turn it around, man. He really could. But Baczynski is going to take all the time in the world, getting all the dots up and running. Kidney shot onto Abomination. He has a lot of health to work with. That's going to be some stars procket for him right now. Baczynski got himself Breath of Dawn yet again. Vanish Cheap Shot. Actually, Shadow Melt Cheap Shot. Abomination got himself Cloak of Shadows to deal with some of this damage. Stun onto Baczynski, getting procs. He does have Indent on him. Trinket out of Baczynski as he gets hit by a blind by A-Bomb. Cheap Shot and more technical slaps. And A-Bomb is just trying to get the hell out of dodge right now. Shadow stepping to him. Abomination got a tentacle on him. Needs to eliminate him immediately. Could be anyone's game right now. Baczynski should have a shot sometime soonish. Baczynski though can cloak, can vanish if he needs to. Shortest sound out of Abomination does get a shot onto this Rogue. Is that going to be enough though? And down goes the undead Rogue. Baczynski had it in the bag, almost lost the bag, and then came back strong. It's going to be sub Rogue Abomination up next, trying to get an opener. Baczynski did not get the big damage on though. I think he got the Nightblade dot, and he does catch a reset. And it looks like he kind of lost it for a second. I don't think this man runs health bars. This is going to be twisted appendage stuck onto Baczynski. Drinking out of Abomination just to end that Rogue. That was quite a lot of things to commit here. And How the Paladin is going to be up next. We're going to call him How. We're going to call him How. Just because the first two letters are Cock, which sounds terrible. But it's a Russian How Russians say How. I mean, we could call him Cock. That would be terrible, though, I feel like. So we're gonna call him How. Russian lesson for the day. Not anymore, boys. No more Russian. No Russian. We got ourselves How just trying to run around. That's a beautiful looking mound, by the way. As a horde player, I don't get to just enjoy what that mound looks like. That's a nice looking mound. Bob immediately for the sub Rogue is gonna get a bike rolling at Cock or How, and it's gonna just take so much damage. Oh, not damage, no, so much damage just absorbed into the Blessing of Protection, I guess is the best way to put it. Because that is a lot of damage committed by the sub Rogue. Evasion coming out for the Rogue, and it's looking to get away. Turn your back, pop an evasion, turning back to the Paladin, then just trying to run away. Cloak of Shadows to keep him up and running. That's gonna be How the Wisdom slows. I keep swapping to the wrong person because somebody on Team Red decided to leave. Thank you, boys. Zap onto How. How is he gonna get out of this one? How is he gonna? The wings are gonna be going down soonish. Abomination probably has something more left here. Probably does. He got Trinket too. We already used the bike. Man, the bike is the popular trinket right now, isn't it? I think that's what got Trinket on the bike. I think the bike is just a little bit more popular than normally. Twisted Appendage might be able to pop through that Shield of Vengeance. If How actually could have used that to his advantage there. Get the Twisted Appendage to park through it. Just stay on top of the Rogue, stun him maybe as the Shield of Vengeance goes pop, maybe pop wings right before it happens. That would have been huge damage. Cheap Shot, gonna be the Mosey Yard. A-Bomb coming out there maybe a little too early. Gonna be wings for How the Paladin, trying to see if he can just somehow cleave through this Rogue. Gonna be a big heal from the Warlock Hellstone for A-Bomb, but he is dipping down in health quite a bit though. How still has bubble if things really ever go bad. Tricky coming up very soon. Oh, goes for the shot and we do. Oh, wait, did How actually get himself a reset? He got himself a clean reset. Abomination couldn't see him. He gave this paladin a vanish. How could I literally ran to the other side of the pillar? Because this DK did not know where the guy was. He actually did not know where he was for a second. That was a vanish for this paladin. Legit. Stun onto How right now, getting a Hodge onto Abomination going. IB a big cooldowns coming out. How got himself wings, just continuing to swing and go for as much damage as humanly possible. Bubble right now, just continue the pressure on the Death Knight, trying to get him to use every cooldown available. How though is not really looking all the good health wise right now, as he's getting surrounded by the pets, and if A-Bomb got in more damage to continue trucking, he'll be in a good spot. Another Hodge onto A-Bomb. He trickets out of this one this time. It's gonna be How super low. Shield ends up and running. It is gonna be split between pets. Abomination going for the massive transfusion. How is not in a good position whatsoever. 34% dampening. Needs to turn this around. Either more damage or more healing. Which one is it gonna be? A-Bomb is actually looking still pretty clean. Wings are up and running. Could be the big turnaround here by the paladin, but I think he's gonna be down for the count. A-Bomb didn't even worry about the swings. He just continued trucking damage into the man. And Pa dismantles Abomination, takes him apart bone by bone immediately. Pa versus last of the A-Bombs as an Arcane Mage. Is that an Assassination Rogue versus Arcane Mage? At 36% dampening? And they still have Ganker in the background. Wait, how many rogues was this? Oh wait, I should have probably booted the team red because I had like what 3 rogues on the team, but only 2 rogues will get to play most likely, unless A-Bomb somehow makes a play here. It's gonna be a kidney shot out of Pod. Trickets out of it. Does he try to go for Destro? Gets Chicken. He actually might have missed that Destro. A lot of these rogues, what I noticed, and this hasn't happened to me yet, but gosh darn it, it's gonna happen the next time I go into Battleground or Arena. I'm gonna be trying to stun somebody, and I'll stun a mage. They'll Trinket blink immediately, and I'll just press Destro Got Trinket just because I'm not thinking at all. But that's something I try to do immediately before enemies can really get away. Cloaker Shot is coming out from Pa right now. Does land a kidney shot on Abomination. Could be an Ice Block. I don't think he's going to go for it though. He used to main max the damage. Why he's got Vendetta up and running? It's going to be Arcane Missile for Abomination. He's dancing around Pa. Actually, that missile almost took him down. There actually was barely anything left. Blind. The Ice blocks it afterwards. Pa barely alive. Does get twisted appendage on the A-Bomb. Missiles should be ending him though. And missiles do end him. Now we get all the rogues playing, I guess. Yo, Ganker, at least let him get a full duel. At least let him heal. At least let him food up. Come on, come on. Give him the real duel. Give him a real duel. Please, I'm asking you, I'm begging you. I would like to give this man a full opportunity. He just beat that rogue. He did so well. Nope. Yep, looks like Ganker's just gonna put him in the dirt. Yikes. Yeah, I completely forgot about my own rule, like no more than 2 rogues per team, boys. Let's re-emphasize it, boys. No more than 2 rogues per team. Just for today. Just because, dude, we already had a team with like 3 rogues, and oh, that could take a while. Take a year and a half before that's over with. You know? Anyway, boys, let's get another one going, yeah? Nerf Lucio 2 out of 5. New boys in a horde. Boys, Lucio is looking for people. If you are a horde, you want to participate, look it up on LFG. Actually, let me go over exactly how you join, boys. I mean, so many of you guys come into these duels. Most of you guys know how it's done, but if you are not aware, you want to join the duels, go to player versus player tab, pre-made groups, custom PvP, find a group. You want to find a group? Just type in number 5, enter. Your horde or alliance on European servers, Russians included, everybody close to Europe basically. If you, I feel like by now you should know that you're on Europe or not. And you can either join a group that's up, like on Horde, 5V5 1V1 Duels by Nerf Lucio, it's up, or you can make one yourself. If you don't see one and you want to start one, you can be lead. Add me on Real ID in EU, and I'll queue against one of the boys up. The easiest way to do it is to start a group. What do you call your groups? Don't overcomplicate it. Call it something like 5V5 1v1 Duels. Easy. Have a 5v5 in there. Number 5 gotta be in there somewhere. Number 5 gotta be in there. So people search number 5 to find a group immediately. Get your boys in here, guildies, friends, whatever you got. Add me on Real ID, and I'll queue you against the boys. That's all. It's that easy. Alright, so just now we had... Who was it that played? A back and... Milan? Okay, we got Captura. We got Captura going up versus... Captura versus Athaman, actually. That'll work. Captura versus Atha. 2 Demon Warlocks, I want to know. Watch our hands, 2 Demon Warlocks. Yeah, that's fine. 2 Demon Warlocks is okay. I just don't want more than 2 rogues. Like, if you guys got 3 rogues, tell that other rogue, hey man, I appreciate you for joining, but Dal got a rule, just for the day. No more than 2 rogues. I appreciate ya. And be like, yo, if you got an ult, you can swap on an ult. or join one of the groups that doesn't have a rogue, they'll probably be very, very happy to have you. You know? It's just when you have too many rogues, as we saw with the first game, like, I love rogue, it's my favorite class, but even I can acknowledge, like, watching a stealth duel for like a year and a half, it's just like resident sleeper, dude. It puts me to sleep. And maybe that's exactly what we need, since everybody's staying at home right now with the virus and shit. Which we already down on hashtag with zero. Thank you, friend. Appreciate you. Got ourselves on Team Blue. Big Papa Pap. Gonna give him a big Papa Whap. That's the best I got. Oh, whoa. I'm just flying through the time and space continuum right now. We got Vantage Shade as Demon Hunter as well. We got SOS as Subtle Assassination, most likely. Sorry, boys. Oh, my goodness. Why am I coughing? Got ourselves Dirksbine as that good old outlaw, and X8 as the Fury Warrior, dude. Oh, Pep also in the Fury. For Team Red, we got ourselves Antofor. Got ourselves Athaman as a Red Pally. We got ourselves Daedra here. Daedra, like from Oblivion, that's awesome. Warthar as a Demonology Warlock. Hasn't got to play, I think, so far. Got ourselves Arsonist in the back as well. Warthar up first as a Demonology Warlock. Trying to see if they can make them big plays, boys. It looks like it's going to be a versus Dirksbine. It's going to be Demonology versus Outlaw. Now that's gonna be a weird one. Wait, he is Demonology, right? He does have a head, he has them imps, but he's playing the Succubus? Interesting choice. Dirksbine popping in big, just got chicken in the opener. That's gonna be just huge damage. Immediate Tyrant coming out for Warthar is gonna go popping walls against Death. Dirksbine is gonna be Cloak of Shadows out of the Rogue, is gonna go for the Warlock Gate with the Tyrant coming with him. And Warthar took quite a lot of damage from Dirksbine in the opener here. Trying to go for the focus Azure Beam, get interrupted on. Warthar didn't even stand a chance here. And Dirksbine took him out. One of the things Dirksbine could have done differently is when you open up Destrugath cleaves. It'll hit everybody around you for a set amount of damage, so that physical damage can be split. That's why healers are now standing on top of their DPS when going up against a rogue or agility classes, pretty much straight classes for the Destrugath trinket. Interesting setup that Warthar was trying to go for, did not pan out, and Daedra does land the Succubus onto him. Dirksbine, even he's playing. What? What is these Demonology Warlocks doing playing with Shavaras? I don't understand. You guys have a pet with a stun and everything. Is Shavara really what you, I mean, if you want to do it, it's an interesting choice. I want to try it if there's a build, but we'll see it. It's going to be wall for Daedra. Does go for the shortest trinket possible onto that stun. Parry up for Dirksbine. Not like he's going to parry anything here. That's going to be Felguard. If we only could parry that stun, though, going to be a Tyrant trying to come out for Daedra. Does get interrupted on it as Dirksbine just continuing to pummel the Warlock as best as possible with as much damage as he can. Destrugath Chicken to follow. Does get split between a lot of pets. Still does quite a substantial amount of damage. It looks like Dirksbine is taking quite a bit of damage from that Felguard and the Shavara. Trying to stay on top of Daedra with a kill sprint to follow. That's going to be a death call. Does hit him with a death call. That's going to be Tyrant trying to come out, and Dirksbine goes for advantage as soon as that happens. Is that why people in Demonology here are going for the Tyrants? Is because with a Shavara, you can not only get like CC with a Succubus to get the rogues off you, but also it buffs the damage of all like your Shadow Flame damage. So you're like, oh, then I don't need to go for a fatty Tyrant, I can just summon a Tyrant without really doing anything to build him up. Cheap shot onto Daedra. That's going to be a Succubus steal on Dirksbine. Trinkets out of it though. Wants to stay and maintain as much damage as Daedra. That's going to be Twisted Appendage. Latching onto the Warlock. Needs to find a way to delete that Twisted Appendage. Does not have any insta cast. If only he had his main Tyrant pet or Felguard pet, he would have been in a better spot. Try to go for a Vile... What do I call pets? What do you call those? This little Vile Spitter pets. Got himself a couple of imps instead. It's going to be a Boscourge Bomber's missing. Dirksbine does go for a Cloak of Shadows. He is taking quite a bit of damage from this Warlock, but I think less stun. That's going to be done and done. 2 Warlocks, 2 weird builds, back to back. Interesting choice. That is going to be Arson is coming in as an Assassination Rogue this time with the stun lock on the Dirksbine. Goes for a gouge immediately. Does he have enough comp points for a stun? Does roll comp points. Is going to get a trinket out of Arsonist with that between the eyes. Bike trinket coming out of the Dirksbine. I think he actually went to advantage. Did that bike actually get caught in the tombstone? Did Dirksbine even take damage from it? I know you can parry that trinket. That's a weird one, isn't it? Arsonist did pick up the eyes, or did he just have Vendetta rolling onto Dirksbine? I think he had Vendetta on him, or maybe just accidentally found him. Dirksbine taking quite a bit of damage. Does get a restone onto Arsonist. Might be able to get quite a lot of damage. Is going to go for the big Destrugath trinket to follow up after the Crucible. To evasion for Arsonist with a Cloak of Shadows. Trying to deny all damage, but it's going to be a parry on top of it as well. But Dirksbine does finally get the Vendetta. Now he got the Vendetta. onto Dirks. I guess he just saw him out of stealth at one point. Blind onto Arsonist. Dirks needs to recover himself a little bit of health. Looks like he got himself the sippy cup rolling and everything. So he is recovering quite a bit. Get on the saps. I believe he still has a couple dots rolling on him. He might be, I might just have to wait until he has Mark for the Kidney Shot available. He's gonna adrenaline rush himself a little bit early. Mark for the Kidney Shot, or Mark for the Between the Eyes, re-rolling the buffs, not getting the best roll possible, but he's still trying to stay in as best as he can. Kidney Shot onto Dirk's bind to follow by Arsonist, trying to get the damage of his own rolling as best as possible. But it looks like as long as Arsonist can just maintain dots on Dirk's bind, he might be able to spot. Dirk's bind does have the massive healing though for this one, so that just might let him outlast. Vanish coming out for Arsonist, goes for Cheap Shot. I think he just DR'd Dirk's bind to full. Dirk's bind just needs a couple more globals, does get that run through from quite a distance onto Arsonist and takes him out. Antifor is up next, trying to go for a bit of damage on Dirk's bind. Did get a dot rolling on the guy. Vanish to follow for the rogue friend that we have here. Does land the Sapper to Antifor. He could get the pets to attack Dirk's bind. He is dotted. He's still dotted. Does get the stun, but the pet doesn't connect with the guy. Look at the pet stun from a distance or something. Short stun into Antifor as he's getting the full army up and running. Dirk's bind better have a way out of here. Might just have to Cloak of Shadows all this and just continue grapple hook running. He's got a Cloak of Shadows. Still continue to do damage into Antifor. Not going for defensive play at all. And I guess he's just letting the concoctions keep him alive. Does go for Desert Gat Trinket, which does get split amongst all the pets, but I believe it also has enough damage that it's split amongst all those pets with Apocalypse that actually kills all those undead minions. So this actually could just eliminate all that cooldown completely. Gonna be a grip. Grapple out of it. Waiting for the grip at a proper time. That's what Outlaws need to be doing. Wait for the DK grip first, and then you can grapple out. Because if you grapple in the grippy, you are out of options. Does get the stun onto Antifor as IBF goes down. Needs himself just a little bit more damage. Parry is available if he wants to make it happen. Does get those Twisted Appendage proccing. That's actually doing quite a lot of damage. Parry up for the rogue is continuing to get stuns back to back into Antifor and actually just shaving into his health as Death Pact is up. Looks like Dirk's bind is not going down without a full fight here. Not shrinking out of that stun whatsoever. Got himself even more mobility to go. Antifor almost able to finally heal. Does have transfusion to follow. Is able to maybe recover a little bit, but maybe a little too late right now as Dirk's bind barely had it all in the bag, but just need a little bit of extra damage just to finish it off. Goes for a Vanish against Atham and probably still has dots rolling for all we know. Sap it to Atham, does get adaptation out of it immediately. That's going to be probably the worst matchup for an Outlaw Rogue, as Dirk's bind just went through every single cooldown just now against the DK, from Cloak of Shadows to parry at the end, even vanish something. I guess he vanished here for Athaman as he was closing the gap here. So Dirk's bind is essentially just out of options. Does have a trinket. That's going to be a big Desert Gat trinket onto Atham. Does not have to split it amongst pets. He's going to go for a trinket out of that Hodge as soon as he sees those swings. And he's just going to try to guide them as best as possible. Might be able to even grapple hook away. Blind onto Atham. Is that going to be a bop or a bubble? Looks like it's not going to be either one. So Dirk's bind is putting Atham in a bad situation, or at least give him a hard choice between bopping or bubbling just to continue the damage on Dirk's bind. Hey, actually, if he did that, he would have been in a good spot because there's no vanish available for Dirks. Maybe he'll set himself up to grapple hook out of it. Immediately does get a cheap shot into between the eyes and just gonna go for the hit and run strat. Cloak shot is a little bit early before Atham can get the big damage. Dirk's bind was trying to see if he might be able to break through that Shield of Vengeance and trying to get the slows into Atham, grappling across as soon as he sees the Hand of Freedom and needs to maintain himself as best as possible. Needs to really ration his cooldowns. Is gonna have a sprint that's gonna give him the mobility. Hodge by Atham, getting the wings up and running. Needs to end this rogue right here. Otherwise, it's gonna last forever. Vanish almost off for Dirk's bind to see himself, and now he has a vanish. He probably should have rolled the buffs a little bit earlier in case he needed that vanish. Does get a stun to Atham. Does force out adaptation. Vanish. Cheap shot to follow though. He's just still staying in there. Does he have a double concoction rolling? He got himself a little bit of health recovery. Probably the longest gouge from a mile away, and looking to maybe get himself a reset, get himself the vials. Does put himself out of combat for just a quick second. Does get himself a re-stealth for a moment, but I think Atham still hits him with a slow as he's trying to re-stealth. Stun onto Atham. Does have parry, maybe feint, but I think he's kind of out of options. Next Hodge is going to be the end of it. Killing Spree to follow onto Athaman, but Atham don't even need to Hodge him at this point. Just continues pummeling damage into the Outlaw Rogue, and he's just really out of cooldowns and out of juice. Vanity Shade up next, getting hit with a Hodge, immediately trinkets out of it. It's going to go into full metamorphosis after the I-Beam. Actually, I-Beam interrupt. That's full meta right now for Vanity. Get himself a full I-Beam with a big old meme beam onto Athaman with a Desert Gat trinket. Oh! My goodness, that was actually a lot of abilities to hold a single go. He meme beamed him. I think Athaman pressed the wrong global. He needs to actually spend a global to bop or bubble that one. That was a slight misplay by Atham. Probably should have immediately, as soon as he saw his health low, just start spamming one ability or the other. That was the big unfortunate, but at least he gave it a go, right, boys? Can we go next and Drex will go last? Captura? You guys gotta stop putting Dex up in there person. Is he just winning all the rolls? He's getting lucky. I gotta get my boys in here though, Gwen. I gotta get my boys. I gotta give them an opportunity to all play. Ready? I don't think I'll be able to get you guys rolling up immediately. There's so many other dudes that want to play too. Milan, I don't know if he has a group up and running. Looks like Mel is ready. And Teppo, I think Mel and Teppo actually play against each other. We can go Mel versus Back and Teppo versus Mark, I guess. We can do that because Mel and Teppo just played against each other. Oh, played each other earlier. Tour match. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do ML versus Bash and Teppo versus, I guess, Mark or Norflushi if he's back up by then. Or I guess Milan too. That could work as well. Bash. I don't know. Back. I guess I'll call it Batch. Maybe. MML and Back. Here we go. Dalaran 1340. Yes, that is correct, boys. Dalaran hashtag 1340. That is Dalaran hashtag 1340. Dalaran hashtag 1340. You again? Okay. It's probably gonna bug it, so just keep pressing accept until we finally get it, boys. Yeah, when somebody. It's me! How's it going, Dirks? Over 400, but so good. Duels to you all. Yo, can we get a hashtag Dirks for that donation, my man? Thanks so much, dude. You're just getting lucky rolls, man. Here's a lucky boy. Lucky boy. He did good, dude. He did good. I feel like if you want to duel versus Athaman, well, first of all, adaptation is weird, but also versus Paladins, Outlet just has such a small chance, dude. Oh, it's tough. It's tough. I think Atha actually has an advantage since he does have adaptation and racial. I don't think it actually puts out racial and cooldown, or maybe it does like a 30-second cooldown, so you can like trigger adaptation stun, human racial right after, and it's just a combo. Yo, Baczynski, I have to get you. No, we have to do this. Nope. Baczynski, my man, I said it. Yo, my dude, that's way too many rogues. We're gonna skip that. No. Let's get Teppo out of that one. Have your group leave. We will requeue you against someone else. Bro, you can't be doing 4 rogues, dude. Out of here with that. I'm gonna taste you. Let's go. Yeah, let's get Teppo versus Mark right now. Let's do that, dude. Let's do that. Energy in here. Hi, Dal. What's up, man? How you doing, my dude? Yeah, you can't be. That's way too many fucking rogues, man. Come on. Who does that, dude? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so get some variety, man. Get some... Hey, it's me. What's up? If Pal is on, we can 1v1, no problem. Yo, maybe we can get something going for you boys, yeah? Maybe. Let me know when you're ready. Let me know when your team is already. Yeah, otherwise, so that's some booty. Wait, was that MML that I tried to kill him? Oh wait, I think it's MML. Oh wait, one person. Oh wait. Yeah, okay, let's just get Teppo. I'll wait a bit. Wait, is the team ready? Let's just get Teppo and Mark. I feel like I waste. I confused. I thought it was Teppo that had the team that was just in there, but it's actually MML. I don't know if they're ready. It was me. One guy went offline. Okay, we'll just queue MML after. We'll get Teppo. I can figure it out. Yeah, we'll just get. I just want to get as many duels going. We'll get MML as the next person up. Hey, Nerf Lucio got a group. Yeah, perfect. MML versus Lucio. That's what we're gonna get, man. That's what we're gonna get. Nerf Lucio and MML. We have 5 out of 5 pieces without rogues. Energy got no rogue team. Hey, man, we'll see, dude. We'll see. It's not like I don't want any rogues. It just when there's more than 2 rogues, that's just too much. That's just way too much. You know what I mean? I mean, it's fun watching a guy run around in stealth and just like wait until these cooldowns are up, but not 4 times in a row. Not 4 times in a row, boys. Not 4 times. Nah, not 4. Most of them are 1 spec too. Most of them are assassination. Like, at least if you want to play a sub, assass, outlaw, you know what I mean? All 3 different specs, and there's a variety. I'd be like, you know what? At least the playstyles are kind of different, you know? Yeah, if you sub and assass, more or less same. Outlaw is like a brawler, like a fury warrior, kind of, sort of, maybe. Depends how to play it. But all of them assass, most of them. I don't know about that, dude. Alright, so Twitch. We got ourselves Omega on Team Red. We also got ourselves Poker. We got Too Fast. Oh, we didn't see it fast enough. That's going to be Tasty, as well as Mori versus Cold Shade on Team Blue. We got ourselves Magic Tricks in the back. Oh, looking pretty corrupted. Dude, there's a little bit of blue under your beard. It looks like straight up snot. Is it just me? I hope you weren't eating when watching this. Void form here. As a void form, we got Wombo Combo and Ulef, I think. Ulef. Those U's and O's with double dot. I don't know what that's supposed to. How am I supposed to say it out loud? Mori getting polymorphed in the opener. Trinkets with the reflect. Actually, that's going to be polymorphed into Cold Shade instead. At least he didn't let that greater pyroblast fly. At least he stopped himself halfway through it. Blaze Storm to counter that polymorph, and that's going to be Twisted Appendage coming out for Cold Shade. Dropping down the Meteor onto the Warrior. Actually got quite a bit of damage. Quite significant amount of damage on this Warrior pretty early on. It's going to be a pummel by the Warrior, suppressing the fire damage from Cold Shade. Is going to be able to shimmer out of there, burning the charge as well as a leap just to stay on the mage as best possible. Mori not looking all the healthy right now. Does get a reflect rolling. Cold Shade trying not to do the damage, just letting the master burn him down. Oh my god, full combustion. Mori should have popped the defensive for that one, dude. That is a big cooldown, man. Popping in 2 minutes for 2 minutes is safe, and you should totally do it. Too Fast is being way too quick. This is the first time we actually seen Too Fast, man. Normally he's so fast that you never get to see his name, man. And Cold Shade trying to see if he can catch a snack while he's waiting for the rogue. Too Fast. He's going to be playing that sub-rogue, actually. Open up with a book, Cold Blood. Huge damage out of the Destrigal Trick. Drop Cold Shade to half health in the opener. That's going to be a polymorph right after. Greater Pyroblast to follow for Cold Shade onto Too Fast. With the Ring of Frost, he's going to try to wombo combo. Actually got a Cloak of Shadows just so you maintain a very aggressive setup here. Cheap shot. Cold Shade barely has any health. Is that a combustion? No, is that a temporal? I think he just temporal. Bite coming out of Cold Shade. You should have him temporal up and running. Might want to ice block. That is a lot of damage he's taken to himself. Is going to ice block it at the very last second. He's kind of looked disappointed in himself there. Looked angry for a second too. He's going to try to get some food. Shortest cheap shot of my life. Too Fast going to hit with a breath. Actually has no more stuns available for Cold Shade. That's going to be a shield to hold him across for a little bit. Does get a smoke bomb up and running. Is getting the Nightblade. Try to use smoke shadow steps to stay on Cold Shade. Does he have enough for an eviscerate? He could just end him. There's no health available. Does Too Fast have the Reaping Flames essence? Does he not? Oh no, I think he's doing Crucible. You just wait for Cold Blood just to make sure you get that. The one global and you're done. Sap into Wombo Combo. Maybe Wombo Combo should have been more aggressive because this is a rogue. Maybe burning a Dragon Kick into an Incap immediately would have been the play. But looks like Too Fast burned both of his trinkets just now, dude. Both of his trinkets. That's a lot of damage just got out very, very quickly. And he might still be in a decent position though, dude. It might still be in a very, very decent position. Dutch Cat Trinket is a minute 20 cooldown. The Bike Trinket is a 2-minute cooldown. Quite a bit of time passed since he was dueling Cold Shade, so he might be able to really get the Wombo Combo onto Wombo Combo, force some trinkets out of the guy, and really put himself in a good position. Sap into Wombo. Did he pick up the eye? He might have picked up one of them. That's hard to see. Unless you zoom in completely. He did, by the looks of it. I guess I wasn't paying attention. But really just trying to go through, like, how could we win against him? And Too Fast is waiting on cooldowns. Boys, this is why I wanted a limited amount of rogues. Look at Too Fast sitting there waiting on cooldowns, man. Do you want to do that for all 4 rogues? I don't think so. Gonna be huge damage out of the sub-rogue with a Gesture Today Trinket in this opener. Evasion's up already. Wombo trying to get a leg sweep, missing it completely. Going for that mobility, trying to get away from the rogue ASAP. Trying not to burn his karma a little too early. No more leg sweep to deal with this rogue, though. Needs to get a Fist of Fury up and running. Trinkets out of this right now. Karma to follow onto Too Fast, and it's gonna try to get as much damage into this rogue as possible. Try to stay on top of him. That is going to be Touch of Death with an Incap, trying to min-max the damage of the Touch of Death. Is going to get the images with a Fist of Fury, locking him down Too Fast. Might want to advantage this karma. He does not advantage the Touch of Death at all. He actually takes the full hit. Does throw a bike at Wombo Combo. Thought that would be enough by itself. Trying to land a sap. Wombo does not have a trinket for quite a bit. Too Fast just used everything in the opener here. If he still has Cold Blood, he might have a chance. Maybe Crucible to follow. He's going to go Mark for Death and Venom, or Eviscerate. Trying to get the damage in. Wombo Combo, not enough. And does get that Eviscerate across the Monk. Magic Tricks is up next, getting hit with a blind. It's going to be immediate trinket out of him. So only Ice Block available. So Magic is really just out of defenses. That is good for Too Fast. That's something rogues should definitely do. Just try to get, if somebody's going to do damage to you, blind them. See if they burn a trinket. Because if you're behind the pillar and Magic is not going to commit a lot of mobility to catch up to you, that would be a big defensive, man. Trinket? Now you have no way out of the stuns. You have Cauterize, you have Trinket. Use those sparingly. Too fast, try to go for the big Shadow Blades playstyle here. Does he have the full setup? Big Destergath! Destergath literally half your health! That trinket is so strong for sub. Also, pretty sure it scales well with the other buffs. That's why it's so strong. Gonna be Greater Pyroblast. It's a second Greater Pyroblast. Too fast does drop a smoke bomb down. Is way too fast for that double Greater Pyroblast shenanigans here. Magic Tricks blinking in for the Breath. Does he have any more damage right after? Backpedaling? Oh no! Too fast! Give this man a chance! Give this man a break! He's backpedaling out of here! Magic Tricks trying not to burn out so quick. Does get interrupted. On fire. Goes for the Ice Block immediately. Too fast still has a bike if needed. That's gonna be Cloak of Shadows. I think Too Fast actually didn't Cloak of Shadows now. I think he went for Shadowy Duel, actually. So you can get himself a little bit more Shadow Strikes in there. Trying to get a couple fewer Eviscerates onto Magic Tricks without using any more of his abilities. And down he goes. Ulef is up next, trying to channel the power of... What name is this? Is this a Swedish name? I would imagine this is a Swedish Viking name, you know what I mean? He got himself the Banana Suit. Blood of the Enemy for a Fury Warrior. Trying to make the Blood of the Enemy damage work. He used to get a lot of rampages in it. He got the thing from Beyond chasing after him though. That's not good. He doesn't have a way to stop the things from Beyond unless he has a stun. Or a fear. This is gonna go for a sitting down immediately. That might put him. Too Fast actually is already bursted, but Ulef might be able to burst himself down a lot faster than he expects it. A lot faster. Picking up the eye, trying to see if he can catch the rogue. Stun by Too Fast immediately. Is he gonna go Big Bike? Big Bike does connect. Stun to fall onto Ulef. He does go for Enraged Regeneration, but Too Fast goes for that evasion to counter the Enraged Regen. Stun onto Too Fast. Ulef does counter himself a little bit of health. Blind to Fall, no ticket available. At least he recovered a little bit of health there. That was a bike out of Too Fast. So maybe the Destergath trinket might put him in a bad situation. Maybe not. He is play class. Both of those trinkets from the Rogue, the Destergath trinket and the bike, do have a portion of physical damage and they do scale with your class. So sub rogues generally don't have an easy time doing the most amount of damage to play classes. Like I think that was only the 25% of his health and damage compared to the other guys, all the Clothies, where it was more or less 50. But he still got more Corruption Sprocket for Too Fast right now. Ulef just trying to get the little bit of damage needed to take down Too Fast. Maybe Cheap Shots coming out. Needs more Shadow Strikes in there. Ulef actually bailing out of there. Too Fast. Shadow Striking yet again. And down goes the Warrior. The only one left here is Void Form. The last man standing to deal with the Sub-Rogue Master Disaster. The Trinkets Master. Going faster and faster. Oh, man. So boring watching Rogue go to Salties. Boys, this is exactly why I was like, you know what? Let's not have more than 2 rogues in this team. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I knew what was going to happen, man. It's not like I'm a clairvoyant. I play rogue, that's why. Oh, man. I didn't support public. Exactly, Ark, exactly. Gonna be a cheap shot of Void onto Void Form. By Too Fast. Not going for the Destergath trinket here, actually. I guess it doesn't have it since he did use it for the Warrior. But for Void Form, it's actually going to be good to have a Mindbender because it will help absorb the Destergath trinket. He'll help split a majority of that damage. Or at least a half of it. Cheap Shot coming out, and that's going to be Destergath trinket used into Disperse. Does get the Siphon right after. Too Fast. Not focusing on Siphon. Actually decided, you know what, I need to walk up as Void Form is getting himself to the other direction. Does go for the Void of Rachel to get that mobility. Trying to continue the cast into Too Fast. He does have advantage. Normal Cloak of Shadows for the Stroke at all. Shortest Cheap Shot on my life though. Void Form just needs to continue doing as much damage Too Fast as possible. Going for Shadow Men's, letting the dots stick down Too Fast before he continues the damage even further. Short stun onto the Rogue to follow. He needs to just end them real quick. Mind Blast, Mind Flatter right after. The dots and the procs might be enough. Too Fast does get himself a Sippy Cup rolling. And if Too Fast needs to get him, he needs to get himself a big setup right now. Void Form might have a perfect opportunity to maybe keep the damage rolling. He's actually going to trinket out of that sap. Maybe a little too late of a trinket, but he's trying to stay on top of Too Fast as best as possible. Sap again. Maybe he can Greater Fade the next. Yeah, I think as soon as he trinket out, he probably should have trinketed way earlier so you can catch up to him. Looks like he's going to pick up the eye to stay on top of the Rogue as best as possible. Sap's actually going to be DR'd eventually. Void Form tried to get I think a jump on the side there. Try to catch up to the Rogue. Cheap Shot to follow. Too Fast as he go for a setup here. Mark for Earth in Venom. Going to be Greater Fade. Try not to get hit. That's actually, I believe he actually Greater Faded that bike trinket maybe. Or maybe he went for a stun right as the bike is about to hit him. That's going to be a Siphon right now. Walking close to Siphon does allow Too Fast to take out the Siphon very quickly. But he is dotted up. That is a Mind Bender. Slapping him around. Doing a little bit of damage. Cheap Shot by Too Fast. Destergath does actually get absorbed by the Mindbender. That's going to be dispersed back up for Void Form. Needs to get a little bit more damage than Too Fast. Hit some of the fear. Trinket available for Too Fast right now if he needs one. Just needs to maintain the dots as best possible. Smoke Bomb coming out. Too Fast looking for a reset. That's going to be a huge damage out of the Voodoo Rod Trinket. Too Fast actually in a really bad spot. Got himself a Sipping Cup rolling. Lots of procs that actually might be going down. Void Form is the man that took down the Sub Rogue. He just had to counter his trinkets. Mindbender for the Destergath. Disperse for the Disperse or Greater Fate, I think, for, I guess one was Disperse, one was Greater Fate for the bike. That's all you have to do. Rogues are so easy. You just gotta have a defensive for a trinket. Easy. Omega trying to get some bleeds up and running onto Void Form. He does have the Mindbender on him immediately. Already they're slapping him around. Void Form needs to get himself a lot of healing though. Lots of healing needs to happen. Might want to pick up the other eye on the other side of the arena in order to keep track of Omega in case he goes at him. He's going to go for Mage Food. And actually that might give him a perfect opportunity to recover. Omega on the prowl, trying to walk his way over to Void Form. If he's able to just like play mind games and just randomly fear Omega, that'd be so perfect. Looks like the Feral is going to land the opener either way. Void Form does trick it out immediately. Fear onto Omega. No trick it available for the Feral. Is going to get the dots up and running. Mind Blast. Omega actually get caught on the corner for a second. And Void Form going for self-heals immediately. I wonder if there was maybe a build for Warlocks or Shadow Priests to have like extra long dots, you know what I mean? So it makes it difficult for Celtics to deal with. The Omega does have 5 combo points ready for a big old bite, but that's going to be stunned out of Void Form. Maybe Greater Fate to follow. He could Greater Fate this damage if he needed. While up for Omega, there's a pretty big defensive, still continuing to rack on damage onto Void Form, trying not to get hit with a Skull Bash right now, while Greater Fate is up, letting that Siphon really just shred through Omega. Does hit him with a silence, no healing available. That's going to be Safeguard Trinket right now. Does Void Form have anything to follow? Maybe stun right after. Omega popping a wall right now, as the Mindbender was on him, now no longer slapping him around, still taking quite a bit of damage. Void Form needs to get his essences and whatnot to proc into Omega through the dots right now to really get the hang of this. Went for a little bit of food. It looks like Omega did not get the proper opener here with a rake. Looks like maybe a shred or maybe full DRs on the Void Form. Did not have him fully DR'd. Let's go Bash Disperse it right now. Void Form, does he have anything to follow for here? Does he even have the ability to catch up to Omega right now? Did he even get a doubt on the guy? Because if he got a doubt on him, he did have the Void Elf racial there for a second, did not use it. I guess Omega came to that Void racial position a little bit late, but looks like Void Form is just going to catch up on health as much as possible, picking up the eye. He still does have somewhat of an advantage over the Feral. Trinket back out for the Kitty Cat. So maybe he might be able to trinket a stun, trinket a fear, trinket something. But he's just going to burn Dash in order to stay ahead of him. He's going to try to get an opener. Do exchange stuns right in the opener. Void Form could go for a fear right after. Does go for a fear. Probably trinket out Omega. Does get the Skull Bash into a perfect opportunity for the Feral to finish the job. Getting the combo points. A big bite into Void Form. He goes in for a Greater Fade with a Vampiric Embrace. And Omega is not looking all that healthy right now. The Tentacle Slaps from the Mindbender are actually doing work. It's going to go for the Void Eruption. Short stun onto the Shadow Priest. Silence of Omega, cannot heal himself. Siphon to fall, it actually goes down. Oh my god! This priest is so great! Oh my goodness, boys! Wow. Pokken, I don't know if you can... Okay, so you beat a Sub Rogue, you beat a Feral now at 50% dampening, and now you got another Assassination Rogue at this point at you. Most likely Assassin, yep, Garrote. Trinket it out of the Kidney Shot immediately, and that's gonna be Pokken just going for the reset, dude. Oh, I gotta trick it out of him. I gotta go even shout him melded just to catch a quick reset so you get back. Oh god. I can't even talk. You can get right back in there with the shortest cheap shot ever. Throw a bike at Void Form. We're just gonna disperse it immediately. Oh my goodness, letting the Shadow Priest get some dots in you is going to be Greater Fate. Trying not to get kicked on. He does have Mindbender on the Rogue. Greater Fate was up for just a little bit, trying to mind control him. Maybe, can he? Might be able to get a shot onto Void Form. Doesn't have anything left here. Pokken taking a little bit of damage, so is Void Form. Really, the dots are really starting to work into a Shadow Cloak of Shadows, man. It's got a... Void Form just cannot respond. He actually can respond. He's trying to get kicked. Blind still available. Pokken got himself a cute... unlosable situation. If he somehow loses this, it's his game to throw. I don't know how Void Form makes it out of here, man. I want to believe, but I don't know how he makes it out. Maybe Pokken makes a mistake. Kidney Shot to follow. Literally, stars are falling from the sky. Well, if the literal stars in the night sky are falling at you, well, what chance do you have, dude? Oh my goodness. The Sub Rogue came in with a 4 slaps, dude. Trinket slapping people left and right. And Void Form, though, oh my goodness, came back with a Rogue and a Feral. clawed back to victory as best as he could, man. That was insane. That was awesome, intense, and I loved every single second of it. That was awesome. Alrighty, boys. Let's get ourselves MML and let's get ourselves Nerf Lucio. Nerf Lucio been waiting for a while. 5V5 ready, perfect, man. BFA EU, perfect. Just gotta name my shit. He's playing amazing. He played perfect, dude. He's played as good as he could. As good as he humanly could. How much more fun is watching Priest? I know, right, dude? That's so great. That's why I was like, you know what? Let's limit the amount of rogues we have today, man. There's a reason why I had a rule on don't do too many rogues, man. Because it's just too much. Too much. Looks like Mark is still ready. Energy, don't forget me, is still ready. Okay, MML. And we'll get Energy versus Mark, Captura, or Atha, whichever one of them is ready. Nerf Lucio. Because Energy just went up against... Wait, what? Because we just had Tepu versus Mark, I think. Or was it? No, I don't think it was actually. Who did they just go up against? No, it was Tasty team. It was Tasty, wasn't it? Yeah, Tepu versus Mark. Okay. MML and Nerf Lucio. So I guess we can get Captura. I'm in Nerf's party. Okay, then we have Atham. Then we get Energy versus Atha or somebody. Or if Milan is ready with Abominations. We'll join Ally. Daniel. Should be some groups on Ally. I feel like there's more groups on Alliance than Horde. But I could be wrong. How to join one of these? Just through LFG, man. Just through LFG. That's all. Wow. Well, I did say let's not do too many rogues, but now we got a lot of warriors here. At least they're not rogues, right, boys? At least they're not rogues. I guess. I don't really know. Twitch. We got ourselves Big Papa Pap coming in as a big old Fury Warrior. We got ourselves Classics. Oh, I like that name, Classics. We got ourselves Mercury back here. We got ourselves Naz. Oh, Fury Warrior Bonanza with all them cows and all that beautiful steak. And we got SOS. He's just surrounded by warriors. He's just like, help! My name is not a joke. It's a cry for help. We got ourselves Florstein on Team Blue. We got ourselves Jig as Demon Hunter in the back. We got Prox as a Feral. Poe as a Windwalker Monk. We also got ourselves a Wrecker going back as more of that unholy Death Knight goodness. Good luck, boys, and have fun. We'll see who goes first, who goes last. Is it going to be Prox up first? Maybe Poe? No, this is going to be Prox. Feral already off the bat. Oh my goodness, Prox. Take it easy on these boys. Versus Classic, the Survival Hunter. Random player going out. Actually sees Prox immediately. He goes out of the farm as soon as he sees it. And tries to get himself a heal. Ooh, immediate ice trap onto Prox. As Classic trying to get himself some distance from the Feral. Just letting the dots and grenades do the work. He's going to get himself big damage rolling. It's going to be Dutch got chicken, I think, by Prox. Dropping Classics down super low. As he's continuing just to lay traps for the Feral. He needs to eventually go on the offensive himself. Stone into Prox is going to trick it out of it. Got Thorns up and running. Classic just continued to lob grenades in there. As his health is just not looking that good, man. He might need to go for a big recovery. Prox is sitting at about half a health. The bleeds, Prox, bleeds. Your bleeds are just procking big damage. Classics, not even, oh my goodness. Was that a Breath of a Down or was that a random proc just now? For one of your essences. Because that boy just had a bit of bleeds, and unless you got him with a Reaping Flame at the very end. Classics had Turtle Shell. I don't know if he ever used Mending Bandages at all. He probably should have used those a lot earlier. But down he goes, literally obliterating the guy in just mere moments. Milkweed is up next, trying to get a bit of an honor duel against Prox. Let's see how well that's going to work out. This is going to be a Fury Warrior versus a Feral. I feel like Melee. Wait, it's not Mercury. I thought it was Mercury for some reason. It's Melee Cravey. Melee Cravey. What? Do I call him Melee Cravey? I'm Cravey. Cravey versus Prox. Get him with a bike immediately, literally sitting at half health. Prox got thorns to follow. Melee Cravey is just getting obliterated by those thorns. He just self-inflicted. Finally got to reflect up and running to try to reflect the damage and prevent the damage. Just escape death narrowly. Did have to burn himself a lot of cooldowns. That is in regeneration. Tried to throw down rockets on Prox, but it doesn't do anything. Prox almost, oh my god, obliterated with a Desert Chicken as he made the connect. The spikes went up and down goes the boy. Prox did just go through a lot of trinkets, man. That was a bike trinket and a Dutch got trinket into Melee Cravey over there. Melee McCravey? I don't even know how to say your name properly. Evasion up for SOS. He's trying to stay onto Prox. He's just stuck on him like glue. Prox is having to wall this actually in such a bad position right now. Is that a full of vendetta rolling on the man? Actually, I don't. It is a vendetta. He did have a vendetta. And Prox still trying to see if he can find a recovery. I think he's going to be down for the count. Oh, man. Getting biked right back. I thought this was going to be Prox's game. I mean, he has warriors. He has rogues. He has everything he needs to win the competition, but looks like he doesn't win by default. It looks like it's gotta be Florestan just trying to get his pet over there onto SOS, but looks like he's gonna let the rogue maybe catch her. No, he got the rogue some company. He's got him pet. The rogue does go for a stun onto that pet. It's gonna be freezing trap to stop him in place. So Florestan at least does not let the rogue land any cheap shots. He's gonna have to start committing quite a lot of cooldowns in order to get the big damage rolling. No trinket available either. It's gonna put him in a weird spot. It's gonna be Florestan just getting some dots up and running onto the rogue, but he's trying to stay away from him. Letting the pet's gonna do a lot of the work in the back, man. Just letting the auto attacks go. So we just tried to keep the pet slowed. Not gonna happen all that well as Florestan meets him on the other side. Does harpoon him to root him, but bails out of it immediately, dude. Smoke bomb coming down for SOS. He's trying to bait the shadow step out of SOS. Does drop down the steel trap. He does run into it, actually, unless he has sprint available right now. Oh, I think he's trying to go for a blind onto Florestan, but he got netted. And net reduces your accuracy by like, what, 80%? 20% chance to blind somebody? Very unlucky. So it looks like the blind is going to be out of the way. SOS, does he have anything left? No evasion. Harpoon around the corner for Florestan. As he got more damage rolling, I think SOS is down for the count. Nothing he can do. As Florestan does get to cleave him down in the end, dude. Kited him around. Outplayed it every single move just about. I like that now for the blind, dude. I think it was almost expected for him to do something. Because he had him already rooted. He didn't need to throw a net. He didn't need to. He had him already in steel trap. At SOS, I guess he maybe overcommitted too many cooldowns into fighting Prox. He did treat him like a real threat, which is a good thing. You should treat every enemy like a real threat. But Big Papa Pap landing a Storm Bolt in Florestan. Looks like the Big Papa Pap not going to have the double charge playstyle. Is going to sit in that steel trap for a second. Got himself cooldowns rolling. Maybe reflect? Nope. Did not see reflect from Big Papa Pap there. This Florestan is actually just LOSing and kiting around the cooldowns from Papa. But at least the pet is going to be there to help the warrior with that sustenance. He can bloodthirst off of the pet as best as possible at 4 minutes and almost 5. No dampening quite yet. So Pop Pap, it's a lot of health recovery available. Does go for a net immediately, trying to reduce the accuracy of the warrior. Maybe in case he goes for a Strongbolt and misses it completely. That'd be something great. Florestan still just continuing to kite Papa, but being a Fury warrior, as long as he can hit bloodthirst, whether it's off the pet or off of the hunter, he can always just remove any slows and just give himself even a little bit of movement speed on that matter. Plus, maintain his health as best as possible. So for Florestan, it's actually going to be quite a difficult duel. He really needs to get a lockdown onto Big Papa Pap. Just really lock him down. Don't give him a chance to go for healing. Try to throw him into a steel trap. Not going to happen. Harpoon him for a second. Even having to go for a resummon of pet because Papa eliminated that pet out of the game completely. Could maybe be a turtle shell out of Florestan as he's trying to get himself a reheal or reset over the pet. Does get the full pet. Manic Bandits are coming out, but that freeze ice trap is not going to hold on for too long. That's going to be a bit of a disarm onto Florestan for the time being. He's going to disengage out of it for a second into a war stun by Papa. Florestan just has nowhere to go for a little bit stunned onto the warrior. Is Florestan using the COS weapons, by the way? Or pans? Because he's getting some random lightning bolts. It makes me wonder, like, what are those lightning bolt effects? It almost makes me wonder, like, COS abilities. No items, I guess. Items that have special abilities. Like, for example, the warrior or the male wearers like hunters and rogues and leather wearers have these pans that will fire lightning bolts if you're above a certain amount of health, or heal you if you're below a certain amount. I wonder if those are still played by somebody. Like, somebody has to be out there still playing it. It looks like Florestan is just not doing all that good. He can maintain Papa Pap in a freezing trap for time being, from time to time, but he can't really counter him. So far, Papa Pap is just a massive juggernaut. Florestan just hopes to contain him and just slow him down even a little, but he can't stop it, man. It's an unstoppable force. Papa Pap still has every defensive able trinket back up as well. So for Papa to really end this duel, I think he needs to land a big old combo of abilities, trinketing out of the freezing trap. Probably not a good idea. Going to be a stump Florestan. Does he actually go for some damage? Looks like he's trying to commit some abilities. Does he have any kind of big trinkets available? Stormbolt coming out, but Papa trinket out of the hunter immediately. Fear as he goes for a disengage. Needs to get a slow into Florestan. It's going to be a big old bike to follow. Florestan actually got run over completely and got himself a turtle shell with manning bandages. As long as Papa Pap has a Blaze Storm or maybe a Reflect available for the next Freezing Trap, he might be in a good spot. Is going to hit with a Steel Trap, try to get the slows rolling with Florestan. Looks like he does get a charge into a disarm with Florestan. But the Freezing Trap is going to separate the Florestan, no longer with any kind of self-heals available for the time being. Does land himself a camo. I think it's what Papa Pap might just need to go for a big old leap. Nope, he's just going to go for the eyeball. I was thinking he was going to leap and maybe whirlwind in a random direction, hoping to maybe clip the pet or the hunter, because either one would work. He needs to get himself the Stormbolt. Does land the Stormbolt, but it was slowed down by the net for just a second. Florestan could have himself another Freezing Trap. Does catch Papa Pap with a big old Steel Trap on his charge, which is perfect. Probably going to be another Charge Trap. Charge Trap is down. Papa not walking into it. Stun onto the Warrior. Florestan, can he somehow come back from this? We are at the 8-minute mark. 18% dampening. 90% now as it jumped up on me. And his Papa is just still unstoppable. Just gonna just turn around, do the damage to the pet. Florestan needs to pull the pet back. This is gonna be a Freezing Trap. If only he had himself the Reflect available. If only he had a Reflect, you might be able to reflect the Freezing Trap into Florestan and really just stump him. But it's gonna be more Steel Trap. Florestan still just continuing the kiting spree, just trying not to get hit. But Papa needs to get the angles. Now that he got the eagles rolling, this is Papa's taking quite a bit of damage. Still holding on to Enraged Regeneration in case things really go ever super dire. He's going to continue throwing grenades. Papa Pap might just have to get himself a charge. Does him in the pet. Stormbolt onto Florestan. Maybe in Regeneration here, waiting for the last opportunity to use it. If he uses it too late, it still might put him in a bad situation. But so far, he's trying to keep it as his ace in a whole big leap on top of the hunter. Tries to go for a war stop. Does not happen. The Florestan needs to pull his pet back. Does get a stone to Papa. He's going to be tricking out of him. Throwing even more traps at the guy. Charge trap into a Steel Trap. Maybe more damage. He still has the pet to attack for a moment. Is he just gonna literally go for a big old dodge, just put all the dots like a pet bleed, and then surfacing and just stay away from the warrior, let him die till just the rot? I don't think it's gonna happen. He might just have to eventually go fully offensive. Freezing Trap right in front of him, as expecting the Stormbolt. So far he's been able to manage the damage, but he hasn't really been able to commit. Papa Pap is gonna have that massive heal any moment now, I believe, dude. We are starting to get him dampening, and eventually self-healing. I mean, this goes to show the Future Warrior healing is still very, very strong. I know the tank tricky meta is completely out, and I really do think Florestan is running some COS items. I mean, I've never really seen that effect except in COS pieces. Going to be a disarm onto Papa Pap. It does very, very little damage, I would say. Or maybe it does a lot for him. He doesn't really get to auto attack Papa Pap. He really just runs away from him. So maybe those effects really do end up being quite a good portion of his damage. Freezing Trap on one side, Florestan trying to cut him into it. Papa Pap not looking to get frozen anytime soon. Needs to maintain the slows and Florestan. Does it with a bike. Blazer to follow. It's going to be a turtle shell maybe. Florestan almost has a backup. Trick it out of that fear. Has a turtle shell. If things go bad, is going to have to turtle shell. Reviving the pet. Might have to go for Manning Bandage immediately. At 32% dampening. Is he going to be able to have any healing whatsoever? Papa did use his own regeneration, by the way. So he's out of defensives. Going to be a stun by Florestan. But I think he's just trying to delay the inevitable, because you know it's going to be a massive charge. Stormbolt. Huge damage out of Papa Pap. Wars up right after. Maybe Blaze start to follow. Oh, the Freezing Trap just stops him in place. Just a little bit longer. What is this dude? This Freezing Traps, I gotta give him a break. Like, I know people don't like watching the guy just run around all day, but his Freezing Traps have been pretty on point. That's literally the reason why he's alive still to this day. Literally because of Freezing Traps. And now he got a camo. Oh, it's gonna be perfect reset for Florestan right now. Papa Pap got that regeneration back up. We're at the 10-minute mark. This is where one of them is going to go down 100%. This is where the healing suppressed Papa Pap taking quite a bit of damage. Stormbolt onto Florestan. He's going to go for regeneration right now. Freezing Trap is going to stop him. Free chicken out available for him. Has a chicken for that big heal every time he needs it. I guess that's why he saves all the chickens in case he needs that rage regeneration. Trying to stay on Florestan as best as possible. Not let him go anywhere. Just time to follow. Needs to continue cleaving at Sage, because if you cleave off of the pet and the hunter, you'll put yourself in a good situation, because otherwise here comes a stun. Florestan trying to see if he can min-max the damage here. Going back to the kite. Drop down a trap. Papa Pap didn't really run through it. That charge trap didn't really trigger. Blaze Storm to follow. Does he have enough damage right now? Florestan with a Stormbolt, and Papa Pap finally does end up taking him out at the very end. And Jig runs in just to steal the kill while the man is low. Wow. There it is, boys. There it is. So we honest, 100 playing good. It says follow Blizzard design the class the way they did. I feel like maybe he swapped out of those pants, because I really feel like he's still running those COS pants. I feel like he's definitely lacking damage somewhere. I need to take a look in details what he was running. Finally, I know, right? That took quite a bit. And Nask is gonna have himself probably the most the most abysmal time going up against not only a demon hunter but also at 44% dampening. Actually, is he just down for the count because of all those last lances or fell lances? Nask is another twisted appendage too. Needs to get himself a massive heal. That appendage is gonna be the end of you, my guy. Trinkets out. Does land himself a bit of a heal. Appendage back on him though, trying to maintain his own healing. I don't think he's got it though. I don't think he's got it. Still 5. Down he goes. What was that damage? Thorsten. Wait, no it's not. It's Thunderous Blast. It's like a trait. That's what it was? Thunderous Blast? I really thought it was Yo's Pants. I guess Yo's Pants would be silly. But if you had Seal's Pants, I would have explained like why his damage was so... Well, no wonder he's not doing any damage. It's literally just Serpent Stinging, Reaping Flaming. Actually, that is from a couple different games, isn't it, though? Let's take a Power Pap. Yeah, most of the time she's just dotting him up. Steel Trap does more damage than, like, even a melee. Well, that's his pet melee, too. If you look down, melee, Bonsai, that's his pet. Then Shrapnel Bomb, dot. Pheromone Bomb, Thunder's Blast, melee at 14th. Yeah, I feel like if he just got himself more setup, get that Mongoose Bite really rolling, maybe with just aspect of the Eagle Mongoose Bites, I feel like he would have been in a good spot. I know survival hunters love to just kite people around until like they get enough procs or whatever. Yeah, at that point, I don't know. I mean, I know it's a warrior, but like, I don't think that's how you do it though. You know what I mean? You can dampen him, but I don't think that's how you do it. Alright, let's get ourselves another going, yeah boys? Man, my back is starting to ache. I need a break. I'm gonna just lay on the couch and chill. I got pizza, dude. So soon, my dear pizza, you'll be in my belly. I'll be chilling on the couch like a fucking lazy seal, dude. I'll be a goddamn lazy otter. Oh, my back. Why the fuck does my back hurt so much, boys? Hold on. Ah, shit. That should pop, dude. Fucking popcorn in my back. What the fuck? God, what's going on? Why you make me this way? Ahoy, Dalaran, mightiest champion of Azeroth, the mightiest. Dude, what are they gonna call us in Shadowlands? They're not gonna call us champion. Are they gonna call us like explorer or ghost? I mean, we're visiting the afterlife. They gotta call us something, right? Infiltrator. What are they gonna call us? Because I'm kind of tired of the whole champion of Azeroth. The champion, you know what I mean? We had the champion Legion. I was like, I'm fine being champion. I'm okay. I mean, why they call us commander? But it's like, okay. I mean, I can understand Legion. You know, it's an essential threat. But now they're still champion. I was like, you guys give me the same title for 2 expansions now. You're kidding, right? You're kidding, right? Then Noah, what's up? Gonna go pop it ready? Okay, we got Mark. Let's get Marky Mark. He said you got 3 casters, Mage, Shadow, and him. Oh. Well, Q versus Energy, because I don't think Energy got to play at all. Let's do that. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun, man. Energy. How the fuck did I say your name? Is it LL Energy LL? Or is it IL? Energy. You're gonna have to tell me what your name is. You got 30 seconds, go. Otherwise, I queue Athor or somebody. Need to leave Path Warrior, suck what the fuck. No, you're good, Nervlish, you're good. It is IL, okay. Is it IL Energy LI or is it IL Energy IL? Yeah. Slayer Nazoth. Or maybe it's IL. Oh, yeah, it could be either one actually. Yeah, Super Leader Plot Armor. Slayer Nazoth. I don't know, dude. I feel like you could argue plot armor everywhere. IL Energy IL. Okay, cool. I could do that. IL Energy IL. Cool. We did it. Give me a hook point. Ash me. That's a good one too. That's not what I wanted, but that's okay. That's a good arena either way. Boys, I've had a lot of fun with these duels, by the way, today. I've had actually, I don't know about you guys, I've had a good time today, man. I've had a really good time for being kind of sickish. So, I'm glad. Happy to have you guys here. Too much tasty, Dal? Really? Too much tasty. I've literally never heard those words before. I think it was the first time those have been uttered. They got Void Form. They got Tasty. They got Pocono, Mega, and Cold Shade. They got a variety, dude. We got ourselves Kalina, Nick, Teak, Torre, and Vaji. I don't know, say the name. Switch. I bet I just said the names here, but let's go for the YouTube. We got ourselves Team Blue with Cold Shade as a mage. We got ourselves a Mega as a Pharaoh. We got Poke in the back here. We got Tasty, and we got Void for maybe this man will finally not go last. Some of these, we got Kalina. We got ourselves Nick. We got ourselves Tiki. We got Torre, and we got, what the hell is this? Last thing I expected was a gnome on a big ass mound as a Windwalker. Vagi? Is that what you're going? Vajisley? Banchitsky? Almost called Banchitsky. This is gonna be Cold Shade versus Techie. He's popping in that Invis. No. Neither of them using Invis. Cold Shade popping in the Invis. Techie gonna go for the Invis. Actually gonna breath him instead. Trinket breath. Oh, Cold Shade throwing away the Trinket just like that. Oh, Techie goes to Trinket, interrupting Cold Shade with a polymorph, landing upon his own. Techie needs to make sure he has the opening. It's gonna be a greater power bust into a fireball. They're actually gonna try to get another greater power bust. Is he gonna go blinking around? Trying to do it. Does actually land a Cold Shade. Took quite a lot of damage from two greater pyros. Back to back. Techie playing for keeps right now. Ring of Frost on one side might be able to run Cold Shade into it. Maybe Balmer's trying to come out, lands it. Cold Shade might want to shimmer to make sure that greater power bust doesn't let it go. It doesn't fly. It didn't fly with him, and he actually isn't frozen, and now he's invisible. Oh my god, Cold Shade, you should have blinked that one. You should have 100% shimmered. Techie goes in for combustion though, and he got frozen as soon as he went for combustion with a meteor though. What? Techie is still trying to min-max his damage. Why he's got it? Nope. Down he goes. He's trying to give it the best way. He can try to give it the best shot possible. Breath by Cold Shade. Cold Shade, maybe. Oh, the polymorph is going to be the shortest possible ever. Cold Shade is super behind on health right now. Techie can definitely really win this. Cold Shade needs to wait a little bit to come back from. He definitely needs to wait a little bit. He needs to get a little bit lucky too. He needs to make sure he gets a good opener. Gonna be Nova for both of them. Ring of Frost coming out for Techie. Cold Shade actually casting his own greater power. Is that gonna be interrupt? Actually, that's gonna be Cold Shade going for that interrupt onto Techie instead. And it's gonna blink on top of him with full combustion. Techie got himself full temporal heal. Off that, the Cold Shade hit with a Mally. Goes for Ice Block before the Cauterize comes in. Techie really gave him no other option but to Ice Block it, because otherwise he was gonna be dead. Either way, does get himself the proc for Twisted Appendage, taking a little bit of damage. Cold Shade still has Cauterize if things really go bad. Meteor down, and Cold Shade is going to blink away. Cauterizes. Oh, right now he needs to find a way to self-heal himself as best as possible. Temporal coming in at the very last second. Try to use as many instant casts as possible to maintain his health. Techie went for a little bit of food, did not get the full eat there. And it looks like Techie is playing the, he looks just like Cold Shade. Well, sort of, kinda. Wait, he does. He actually has the same mug. I guess he's playing like a glyph of illusions. Is that what it was? Is it Cold Shade just popping full coolness? It looked like he went full combustion for a second. He was just engulfed in Fire Blast. That's all it was. He was just getting Fire Blasted left and right by Techie. But both of them are actually very, very close. Techie still holds on to Cauterize as well as Ice Block, while Cold Shade doesn't have either one. Both of them have trinkets, and I feel like Cold Shade maybe might be able to still force cooldowns and go for full damage. Looks like they're lagging a little bit. They're kind of just spazzing all over the place. Temporal up and running for Cold Shade a little bit early. Techie still massively ahead in this duel. He could turn it around. Cold Shade could also still come back somehow, some way. Needs to get a proper interrupt. Just trying to go for damage. Oh, and Techie does kick him on Arcane, I think. That's going to be big combustion. Could maybe blink. Breath, steal that combustion, and just continue to chuck in the damage right after Cold Shade, setting up a Ring of Frost. Maybe might be able to walk Tech into it, missing the breath, which is going to put him back a little bit. Cauterize still up, Ice Block still up, so for Cold Shade, this is still a decent situation. Techie is probably going to have that Maledic back up for the big go. He doesn't need combustion. I feel like you should have waited and saved that combustion for the full big go. It does blink around, does get himself a lucky technical proc. Cold Shade does back away from it immediately. Meteor on one side, look at Tamir, walk at Cold Shade, doesn't do it. It's gonna be Ring of Frost Needle trying to really bait this mage into one area or another. I've never seen like such a standstill between two fire mages, by the way. I usually just see one gets a polymorph, whoever gets the polymorph basically wins. That's gonna be Cold Shade actually run himself into that freeze. Maledic is gonna break a little bit of damage. Just get himself a temporary rolling. He might as well try to see if he can come back to Mally as best as possible. Not gonna get any healing through that Maledic at all though. And Techie got himself quite a lot of health there in that short opportunity. So Techie is still massively ahead, still Ice Block, still has everything. That's going to be interrupt onto Cold Shade, I think on a polymorph. Cold Shade popping on a health trinket just to increase his own health a little bit, just to bolster himself a bit. Is that going to go well for him at all? I mean, he needs to go for percentage healing if possible. I don't think mages have percentage healing. No. maybe their traits can do percentage healing, but it's hard to tell sometimes, honestly. Combustion going out for Cold Shade, trying to make the damage happen. Tech is gonna bail out of there with a temporal. Cold Shade losing all that health, and down they go. I guess it might have gotten tagged with some master damage from Techies, but he does take down Cold Shade the mage, dropping down a Ring of Frost, trying to get one of these Pharaohs Omega, I guess. Trying to get Omega to really get in there. He's just gonna have to eat food, man. He's gonna have to eat full. Omega will not walk up. Dropping down the Meteor on top of Omega, actually getting caught out of stealth somehow. I don't even know. I guess the Meteor got him out or something. Or at least the Meteor getting planted there. I don't even know how he got him out, but Tekis did get the Feral out, did not have to eat the full stun lock wombo combo opener. Omega going for some big cooldowns. That is going to be Twisted Appendage, proccing for the mage, getting a breath up onto Omega. He's still getting hit by those appendages. The mage is still doing a lot of damage. He's going to go for a lot of setup here, wall out for Omega. Still trying to get himself a greater power blast. Does he blink away at the last second? That Skull Bash, I don't think is going to happen. Actually went for resell. Did not have a Skull Bash. So Tekis was trying to see if he could just kind of cheese him into it. Blinks are coming out for Tekis. Still has himself full setup. That's going to be him stealing away the Sacred Trinket. That is quite a big shield. This is going to overlap it together with his own shield. That's going to be Ring of Frost. Does not commit the Ring of Frost. Dropping a Meteor onto Omega instead. Still has Ice Block. Still has Cauterized. Omega is going to get all those out of him. Omega is still super low. It looks like Tekis is going to go for damage. Nope, he's actually going to back up. And he's going to go for food probably immediately. I think he needs to sit. Yeah, he's just going to sit as far as he can. Try to get as much food. Omega needs to get out there immediately. Because of what Tech is normally like a mage. He could sit in the center of his own freezing Ring of Frost. But then the Feral can just walk up and kind of moonfire you. Which is why Tech has decided to sit on the other side. Omega is actually just going to sit and recover full. Oh no. I feel like you don't want to let the mage get a full recovery. Now that he got his Ice Block out, I mean, unless he's feeling very, very confident right now. Now it's going to be that stealth game. Omega just trying to hide behind the pillar where there's no way he'll be able to flame strike him. There's no absolute way. He's going to leap on top of him, get that opener. Maybe that's his perfect opportunity. Omega does not have a trinket, but should have every cooldown available. No more wall. Tech is, if he has a full setup right now with big combustion, he might be able to dump to the Feral. That is going to be Maledict on top of it, preventing any healing. I believe that might have actually been a missed Skull Bash by Omega. Greater Pyro Blast is going to still come out. Bash comes in, just out the Greater Pyro. Tech is does go for a temporal, does not go for huge damage here. Just throws out whatever he's got in terms of essences onto Omega. Might be able to cut him into the Ring of Frost though. He was able to mount up and kind of just chase him. Maybe? Not committing. Nope, not walking up. Just went for food. Instead, he's going to get himself a shield. Somehow, again, I think Omega just starts auto-attacking and breaks himself out of stealth. I have no idea how Tech has done it twice now. He's got Omega out of stealth. Just out of nowhere. It has to be like an auto attack. Finally getting that Skull Bash properly on a fire spell into a stun to follow. No Ice Block roll, but Tekis doesn't really have a lot of options here. Might just have to go for big damage right now. Trying to get a Greater Pyro. I guess the Skull Bash roll for Mega still. Is he going to blink away? Actually, might have almost got that Greater Pyro Blast off. Then it's going to be just an appendage. And I feel like Tekis might have to go for a big old Hail Mary. Got himself a Temporal. Does he have anything else to follow? There's going to be another stun again. There's going to be an appendage on him. Tries to go for Invis. I don't even know. Was there a combustion even there? Did he use a combustion a little early? It was really, really hard to tell. And Vagi is going to be up next as a monk. Immediate karma onto Omega, just trying to end the Feral and take him out of the game as soon as humanly possible. Looks like Omega's just going to run away from the guy. 8 minutes in, that was probably the longest mage versus mage. Into one of the more longer Feral versus mage. Vagi still might stand a chance here, man. He's going to trick it out of the stun. Omega getting a lot of cooldowns out of Vagi, though. No karma available, no needed. This is going to be a full touch of death right now. Vagi is going to have to go for a big touch of death. This is going to be wall up and running. Omega doesn't really have a lot to really work with here. That's going to be Twisted Appendage. That touch of death is going to be the end game for him, though. And Vagi barely survived all that with a wall up and running. Void Form was up next. Can Void Form ever go without any dampening? Can Void Form ever play without dampening really holding him back? I mean, Shadow Priest don't really do a lot of healing to begin with. Maybe for him, no dampening is actually, or high dampening is actually better. But he's got himself quite a lot of damage onto Vagi, though. It's gonna be, oh! Void Form just obliterate him in like a really small wombo combo. And up next is gonna be a Feral. Kalinana. Getting himself a big old rake opener, just trying to get the bleeds up and running. Gonna be a fear of a Void Form. This time, he better be aware of all the dots. He's actually gonna mind control Kalina and just gonna pick up the eye instead. 5% extra damage. He might as well use whatever he can. Skull Bash coming out onto the Shadow Priest. is going to be locked out for a little bit, trying to shadow mend him either way. He's going to have the void operational to set himself in a different position. That's so good for this class, man. That is insanely good. Trying to go for a big old void eruption stun onto Kalina. Not going to actually know. He is going to get a trinket out of the Feral as he got some full cooldowns rolling. Void Form got himself a silence onto Kalina. Walls coming out for the Feral is going to be a siphon down in play, while Void Form did have himself Vampiric Embrace, is going to go for Shadowmans immediately. Kalina still taking a little bit of damage from all those dots. The next Mindbender slapping him around is going to be huge for Void Form. Kalina, is he going to be able to catch a full reset though? Mount up coming out by Void Form is going to get caught up in the stuns. Kalina still has some dots, as we can see. Procs from Void Form is going to get the Mindbender rolling up and running right now. Trying not to get scalp bashed by the Feral as best possible. Is going to have that greater fade there. The Feral is actually going to leap stun onto Void Form, trinkets out of it. Fear onto Kalina. Does not have a way out of it. Actually, Fear does break through the damage. He gets through all the dots and maybe the Mindbender. Void Form does get the stun onto the Feral. Mind Blast to follow. Does he have anything to follow after this? He actually has him super close. Silence onto Kalina. They are walling this as much as possible, trying to go for some damage into Void Form. Void Form does have Health Swap. He's actually going to go for a Health Swap with Tasty right now to maintain himself. The Health Swap is allowed. He's leaping on top of Tasty. He actually just figured out he lost the duel. He was going to try to see if he can kill Tasty. 1 PM. Kalina, that Void Form swap is allowed in duels for Shadow Priest to be competitive. That was cheap as hell, and you paid the price. Nick is up next. Badger to Void Form going super offensive, super Hambo burst, forcing out the Disperse out of Void Form immediately at 35% dampen in 10 minutes. Oh, the salt! You can literally see the salt and just spilling out of the cat's mouth the whole time as you leave the top. Yeah, Kalina, Shadow Priests are allowed to life swap. Shadow Priests are not great at duels, and life swap is necessary for them to maintain and stay aggressive and tanky. So that is allowed. It's been a while for a while. Void Form is not looking all that good right now, though. I guess Nick has actually just got so much pressure. Lots of cooldowns. Could be the end to the Shadow Priest right now. Barely any health, and down he goes. Nick just trucked him down completely. Not a lot he can really do. No more life swaps. That's a 5-minute cooldown. If only he got to use it early on. That would have been great, man. That's gonna be Nick Joel, low on health, wall up and running. I think Pokken got him down though. Thorns are up, trying to dissuade the Rogue from attacking, but I think the Rogue still wants to stay in there. Quick Cloak and just continue running. Nick is gonna get himself a regrowth. 41% dampening though. Pokken still has a massive advantage here. Nick still trying to maintain the health as best as possible. Gonna be a cheap shot onto the Feral Garrote right after. Nick doesn't have anything left with that evasion. Not a lot you can really do. Down to go. Torre is last man standing on Team Red. Why didn't he leave from FOF? Fist of Fury? Like to another person? No, that's not allowed. We don't like that kind of stuff. We have rogues like Shadow Step to an ally to get other stuff. We don't really like that. We don't really like that. We used to allow it for sub-rogues when they did no damage, and not sub-rogues are like really popular. Big bite coming down on Torre right now. He's gonna have to go for tanking this. He's gonna be able to get himself Lichborn up and running. I think he's got himself Transfusion up and running too. Grip onto Pokken as he's just trying to sprint the hell out of this. Smoke coming out. Torre taking a lot of damage with barely being able to touch, being able to barely get hit by Pokken. He's just melting right in front of his eyes with a full Vendetta bleeds, and I guess maybe some lucky stars blind on Torre. As the Vendetta still on him, Trink inside of it, but it took him away. It was one big cooldown. This is going to drop down the Abomination. That's going to be cheap shot by Poke, and I think Torre is out for the count. Got some bleeds rolling. Is he going to just melt to the bleeds himself? Torre might be able to get himself a Death Strike. Did Pokken cheese this too much? Cheap hit shot onto Torre. Oh, Pokken almost went down too, boys. Pokken almost cheesed it way too hard. Just let it down and do all the work. Alrighty, boys. That was a good one. I enjoyed that one. That was a lot of fun. I think just about everybody got to play it except like Tasty. Yeah, then it was catastrophic. Etherman with them fucking dad jokes in there, dude. Do you got a kid coming on the way? We gave those jokes for quite a bit, man. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alrighty, boys. I think we're gonna be done here. I'm gonna call it. I love hanging out with you guys, and I could go for another fucking hour. But I am a little under the weather, so because I am not feeling 100%, feeling kind of sickish, I am going to take it easy. I am going to just let the room kind of air out here for a bit. Wash my hands yet another fucking time. Drink some water, have some pizza, relax on the couch, you know, take it easy, let the recovery take its course. But thank you guys so much for coming by to the stream. Thank you so much for watching. Sad taste of sounds. I know. I know. I always roll low. I know, right? You actually rolled low. I'm glad that you got to play a couple times, but you do roll low. That is true. Sorry, everybody that didn't get to play, man. I tried to get as many groups as we could. When we had like technical issues or anything weird, I tried to get yet another. I tried to get as many of these as I can, man. I would literally go for another hour. I'm having a lot of fun with you guys. But I am gonna worry on my own health. At least we got a full stream. At least we got the 2 hours, man. You know what I mean? At least we got that, so I'm happy. That's my quota for the day. And hopefully I'll be able to do the same thing over on the NA. I'm still doing ready. Oh, I would love to get you back in another one, man. I wouldn't even let you get you in a 1v1 versus Derrick's, dude. Really give you guys a full out here, man. And if we do a 2v2 as a 1v1, it will start with 20% dampening, which is awesome. It will start with dampening off the bat. So we could really get that duel to be really quickly. I know the Derrick's will probably be like, oh, dampening. And Athem might even be like, oh, dampening. But it's like, we get the games done quicker. You know what I mean? It really starts to ramp up. So yeah. Thank you guys, boys. Go fight the Bud Light? Nah, dude. I feel like I think I just got a normal flu or something. I've been feeling a little... I've been feeling a little sniffly for a while. It really just hit me like yesterday pretty hard. It was a little bit taxing. Good thing it was my day off, man. I've been trying to take it easy all day today. As best as I could, you know what I mean? I think it's mostly stress, dude. Honestly, I think it's mostly stress. Because you'll be surprised at how much stress can just make you feel awful. Or how awful stress can make you feel. Just stress. Just stress. Stress by itself. You never fucking know, boys. Alrighty, man. Alrighty. I think we could be done. I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna go hang out. Sheesh, boys. I had a lot of fun, man. Springtime allergies. Yeah, says yeah. I know I don't really have a lot of allergies. I'm not allergic to a lot of things, but it could be just springtime. It could be just a springtime thing, you know. But also I've been sniffly for a bit, so maybe that too. I don't know, dude. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming by. Thank you so much for watching. Dal, I add in Battle.net. Ganker? Is the name Ganker? This is something in Russian. Danny Ganker. Added you. Easy. Hopefully we'll have you join more duels, yeah? Alrighty, boys. You guys have yourselves a good one. Stay safe, stay healthy out there. Wash your hands. And I'll see you boys next stream. Alrighty, boys. Peace.